Hello, hello, hello. Therese, it's our 100th episode. Aren't you excited?
Wow, we should have had party hats.
Yeah, but too many knit-alongs to worry about.
I know, I don't have the brain space for
You need a telegram from the king.
The king.
For 100.
Yeah.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay.
That's okay. I don't know. It would have been kind of cool, but I doubt it was going to happen. I'm Liz, and my friend Therese is here, and we're joined by our friend Tina from Unwenneth Yarn and Fiber, and Neil from Blocked Magazine, who had the best live stream the other day. It was quite amusing.
God, it was so fun.
I have to ask Neil, are you prepared for your imminent arrest?
Yes. I am prepared. I've
got
a bag packed ready.
Because you were told multiple times that
they're coming
you're going to be arrested.
I know. Well,
so
it was just what the whole thing highlighted was just how rabid and insane they are, and what lengths they'll go to. Mm-hmm. You know, they want me in prison. You know, and it's kind of really what for? You know, what for exactly? You know, I don't know.
So.
The conversation I had with the police officer though was hilarious. I thought. I don't know. You guys all heard it, didn't you?
I did.
It was so obvious. He just didn't want to know.
No. I went through. I took an hour and went through everything, and there's just nothing there.
Well, when he said about knitters, the knitting, like
I know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
So
I sent the conversation to the Free Speech Union. I just said, just so you know, it isn't always a bad ending. You know, just listen at your leisure. You know, just so you can hear there are some good police out there.
Yeah, there are. So is everybody casting on?
Yep.
Yeah, I've cast on, but it's on the other side of the room, so I'm not going to show it just yet.
Oh.
I've cast on for Amy's.
Yes.
So it's very 80s. I think I showed it you. It's actually quite hideous, really, but my mum really likes it and asked me if I'd make it for her.
I had the yarn out for delivery for that.
Nice.
Tina, but it's not here yet because I had to get Picture It Sicily. But I did cast on two things. The one is for the orange. Actually, they're both for the orange, but one also is for the summer and can count for some of the others because I'm double dipping as much as I possibly can because there's so many. And it's using Bullhorn Enchilada, which I know looks red, but it's actually orange. Tina can attest to it.
Yep.
I cast on. I just have a collar so far with that because I have to find the other needles. And then I have cast on where'd it go? Out of these, orange and navy, which looks black. My project for Blocked.
Nice.
But I only have this much done because it's color work. And
that's a sunshiny color.
It is. And I almost used burgundy for the contrast, but then it made the orange read more pink. And I was like, no, I need it to read as much orange as possible.
Yeah, put your orange glasses on, everybody, not your rose-tinted ones.
Yeah, so that's all I got going for the knit-alongs right now. And what about everybody else?
I'm at the go ahead, Tina. Let me see.
I have sparkles. I don't know if you
can.
Is
this the one that you redid the neckline for? Hey.
Yes. Hi, Mom and Evan.
Hey,
I missed what the problem was with it before. What was wrong when you first did it?
Well, because it sounds in theory like a good thing. Like if you do a garter stitch neckline, you think garter stitch is not going to curl. However, where the garter stitch met the stockinette, it just flipped inside out. Like it would not stay straight. So I thought to myself, well, you could get some of that clear elastic. And then I figured I would like thread it through the inside of the neckline and it would keep it straight. And then I was like, why the hell would I do that when I could just rip it out and do ribbing? Like I'm at the beginning. I don't need to like redo the whole sweater. So, but it's sparkly and it's Lisa Frank looking, and I love it because I went crazy a while back because I spin too. I bought a bunch of Lurex so that I could like fly yarn with sparkly stuff. And I mean, I have like multiple toys. I got like this big, freaking, it's like 10 times the size of this. It's just iridescent, holographic freaking silver over there. I have a bunch of this stuff, so I figured I might as well start using it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Or
Super
When you
sparkly.
spin with that, is it horrible to work with in your hands?
no,
Oh,
no, you
not
can't even
really.
feel it. Like you can't even feel if there's anything added there.
I mean, when you spin, though. I know when you knit.
Oh, when you spin, it depends. Like the biggest problem I've had with trying to make sparkly yarns is that sometimes it doesn't. Depending on like how I have it set up on the wheel with the lazy Kate, because I have a ladybug, a shack ladybug, so it's got like the built-in lazy Kate. Sometimes it just doesn't flow freely if the Lurex bobbin is too heavy or whatever, or sometimes it'll get stuck and not wind off. But other than that, it's pretty okay. And the sparkles are worth it. I mean, I just love sparkles. So.
Don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
We do.
Hello, Joan. Welcome.
Hello. I was clicking on the wrong link.
Oh, sorry.
No, it was user error.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking that knit-alongs are going to be fun, but my problem is everybody wants you to finish an object, and that's a lot of different things. If finishing,
don't
even if you're double
necessarily-
dipping.
You don't necessarily have to finish for me.
Okay,
I'm easy.
thank you. I mean, one project I have to finish because it's for blocked, but
Yeah. You know how Neil is. He probably wants you.
You don't want to.
Oh, I've
Upset
heard
you.
he's an absolute bastard. I really have.
yeah, if I don't get it done, he might dox me.
Yeah, he's famous for that.
Neil has demerits. You don't have to worry about what Neil thinks.
Oh, what was that for? That was for not coming last week, wasn't it?
Yeah, and like the week before, and other stuff.
To be fair, I didn't expect you last week because you said you weren't going to because you had all those other things. And then everyone else said, but Neil said he is coming, and then you didn't come. So then I was like, okay.
Yeah, I had every intention to, but I was just too tired. Because the thing is, it is actually, midnight here when you go live. And sometimes, not always, sometimes I do go to bed at a normal time. Not always, but
No, not always.
Joan,
sometimes it's 4.
Yes.
the chat's got a question for you.
Oh, I can't see the chat. I'm on an iPad.
Yeah.
Travel Lori says, does this count for knitting with Joan? I guess watching Knit Night.
I don't
Oh,
know what. You can count it. You can do any crafts there is. I'm just nosy. I want to see what everybody's making. The problem I'm having, and maybe you guys can weigh in on it, is I've gotten quite a few entries already. So it's like, do I give everybody an entry for every time they put something on Instagram, or is it one per item?
That's your knit along your rules. Everybody.
I'm thinking one per item. Don't you think? Doesn't that make sense?
I
It's
would
easier
think
to
so.
keep track of.
Well, I mean, as it is, I'm like, oh, how am I going to do this and make sure everybody gets counted? Because I don't want nobody getting mad at me.
What I'm going to do for my one, but it's not going to be till September. I'm actually going to get people to fill in an online form. And if you don't fill in the form, you don't get entered. Because I know if I do anything like a hashtag or anything like that, I won't count them.
No, it's too hard.
Well,
That's a good idea.
finding the hashtag on my Instagram, I was like, are people tagging me or not? Because I don't know. So what I'm going to do every week on my show is show a list of who all I am counting. And if anybody has something that I didn't count, they can let me know.
Wow, that's a lot of work.
Have you
Says
met
me, who gave you a lot of work.
Have you met me, Neil?
Sorry,
That's
Joe.
me.
It's on a spreadsheet. Don't worry.
Yes. There's always a spreadsheet, Neil.
I had to put a note in my notes app so I could remember the hashtags and who gets tagged and who gets hashtagged, and so that I could look at it when I post
You need a
something.
spreadsheet.
Well, I mean, I I created the spreadsheet. Do you think I've looked at it yet? No.
I do look at it, but then when you're posting, to have to, you know,
Well, I
I
have
liked where I could just copy them from the notes, all those
Yeah.
hashtags.
Well, I have I've finally made a list of what all I'm going to work on and attempt to finish. That's going to be a joke. But so I still need to go down my list and go, okay, this one is for this knit along, this is for this knit along. So because the stuff I finished in May can't count for
If people are clever, they should be
for the
able
ones
to...
for the ones that June started on June 1.
Sorry,
What's
did
that?
I interrupt you then? Keep going.
Nothing.
Oh, you know, I was going to say, if you're clever, you could do 2 projects and enter everything. So if you do at least one as a sock, I think that covers everything, doesn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I this is my first knit along, so I'm real easy to get along with. So I just got to get myself over there and get that project bag made. I haven't done that yet. You know, so when Neil wins, I can send it to him.
Me? Well, it's funny. I very rarely enter any of the mouths.
Yeah.
For 2 reasons, really. One, because obviously there's the cost of shipping it over to the UK. But the other one, I'm always conscious people will think that it's kind of fixed if any of us win. Do you know what I mean? If any of us win any of our mouths, people will say, oh, it was fixed, you know. I mean, it isn't, is it? Well, we know we all have our ways of making sure it isn't.
No, we don't do that. Yeah.
No.
That's more projection.
Yeah.
What? That I think.
Except for Tabitha's. Paisley picks the winner. Paisley picks the winner.
Yeah, you can
And
bribe
she's
Tabitha.
the bribes.
I'm telling all of you, you want to win Summer of Murder.
Yeah. It's a nice.
It's an extravaganza.
I won Whodunit last year,
Mhm.
and oh my goodness, I cleaned up.
Mhm.
Wow.
So they know how to make prizes for sure.
Mhm.
I was just going to say, I never win, but then I never enter. So
But, you know,
that'll be why.
Huh, cause and effect.
there's your problem right there, Neil.
It's a self-fulfilling prophecy, isn't it? I never
Well-
win, so I'm not going to do any of them.
Well, Shark Week, I mean, technically, I guess we could win if we participate. But since we're sponsoring it, I kind of feel like that's not going to happen. So
Yeah.
to me, it's just a personal thing whether or not I'm going to finish or not.
Did
It's a
they
fun thing.
have they picked the sponsors yet? Because I sponsored last year. I'd like to sponsor again.
As far as I know, you just tell them you want to sponsor.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, normally, don't they send an invite on Telegram or something like that? I can't remember.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, Anne's
It's-
busy, isn't she? So I think it'll be when Anne gets back,
Yeah.
because it's Anne's baby, really.
Yeah, they're really not even sure. I watched DK today, and they're really not sure of even when Shark Week is. So
I
Yeah, and
believe
I
it's
think-
June 20th, but
July 20th.
or July 20th. Yeah, July.
Yeah, and I think it falls at a tricky time, so it won't be in the magazine this time, I don't think, because of the dates.
yeah.
Not that
Who
it
does-
matters, but
Who does Anne think she is taking a vacation?
I know.
She's got
Quite
nerve.
rude of her. But she's young. Let her enjoy her time.
Yeah. Yep.
So I've
Summer.
started my Summer on the Lanai project. Started it yesterday morning. And I'm doing, let me see if I can pronounce it. It's the Clapocatus.
Ooh.
It's a combination, it's been out forever, like long ago. It's a combination of the Clapotea and a Bactus. that somebody did. So here's my project.
Make it big.
cool.
Make it big.
Wow.
Oh, don't
Hold on.
big, big, yo.
Yay.
Already big. Here we go. So here it is.
That's pretty.
Really nice colours.
Yeah.
Very beautiful.
Is it a rib? Is it a simple rib, or is
It's-
it
Well,
one of those wonky ribs,
okay,
whatever you call them?
you can shrink me. Shrink me. Thank you. It's you do three stitches and then a purl, 3 stitches and a purl. And then what you do is you're going to drop all the purl stitches.
Oh,
If you've ever
brilliant.
seen the Clap of Tea, which was like the most done project on Ravelry for a very long time.
I
It's,
remember that.
Yeah, I did like 4 of them. So it's a variation on that.
Do you have to do an increase as a starting point for that, or does
You
it
do
just go right back?
increases. Yeah, you do
Okay.
increases until you're halfway done with your yarn, and then you do decreases the other way.
Oh no, what I mean though is when you know where you're going to drop the stitch down. Does it go right to the very beginning, or do you have an increase where it stops midway? Do you know what I mean?
No, it goes all the way down.
Oh, I'm gonna have to do something like that. I like that
Yeah.
idea.
It's fun. You know, it's funny because, like I said, this pattern's very old, and the Clapatee was very old. And the first time I did a Clapatee, you don't want to drop stitches. Like, we spend our whole lives trying not to drop stitches, and now we're doing it on purpose. It's crazy. But it's just something fun. It's mindless. Once you know the pattern, you don't have to worry about it. And you just knit until you have half your yarn, and then you do the other way.
Right.
So that's what I'm doing for the first thing I'm doing for summer on the lanai.
Oh, you got 2 things planned.
Well, I have something else planned because I don't think this is going to take the whole summer.
It would me.
What's that?
It would me if I was doing it. It'd take me a year.
You wouldn't finish it. Yeah, but the only problem I have is that this is going to get done in time for autumn, and these are not autumn colors. So it'll sit probably until spring next year or something. I don't know.
Do you live where the fashion police are? You can wear whatever colours you
No,
like.
I don't. We just have the police. It'll pick you up for speeding, and that's about it. No, I don't want to wear these colors in the fall, you know. It's fine. It's fine. It's all fine. So, Tina, what are you doing? You have
Still
your
looking-
sweater.
got my sparkly. I got another sweater, which, hold on, let me get past the marker here. I got my Knit with Joan sweater that I've been working on.
Woo! Sorry.
That's wait. Bring that back. I want to see.
Oh,
That's
wow.
Let me make you big.
Oh, that's going to be brilliant.
Look
I
at it.
love that.
Yeah.
That's good for an entry.
Yeah.
Nice.
You were jamming on that thing.
Well, it's addictive. It's like, it's like opening a bag of potato chips and you're like, I'm just going to have one more. I'm just going to have one more. And then it's like, the next thing you know, you're done with the entire freaking bag. And all right, you can make me small again.
Okay.
Did I just get, I got,
Whoops. Okay.
I also have a pair of socks that I barely started for Summer on the Lanai. But what I want to do is right when I get past the toe, I want to do like a little pink band with like little hearts on it. So I have to try out the color work first
Oh, cute.
before I work on that more.
Neil, I got my white yarn.
Mhm.
Oh, you have. Is it white?
Is it white?
It's
it white?
pretty
Is that
white.
white?
I mean,
I'm not
You
sure
said-
that's white.
it's got white sequins in it too. It's so pretty. Or clear sequins.
Shall we
but
have a vote on that? Is it white
you
or
s-
not?
I-
Hands up
I
if you
already-
said white.
White.
I already asked you and you said it was before I ordered it. So if you change your mind, that's on you. You can buy me new yarn.
I should have stuck by my rule, shouldn't I? If you have to ask, it isn't white.
I'm not asking.
I'm telling you, it's
That's the
white.
trick. You don't ask.
My label says white on mine. So.
Right.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because I've been looking because I have got some sock yarn that's white, and I'm going to use that. But so many wool yarns, even when they're supposed to be white, are not white. And I know it's because they don't like to dye, to bleach them and things like that. But yeah, it's a tricky one because this one, I'm not going to be using this one. This Drops one, Drops Flora. That's supposed to be white, but it isn't. It's
For normal intents and purposes, it's white. For the
well,
purpose
this one's
of knit
colour
along, it's not white.
02. So 01 is white, and this one must be off-white, I think.
Wow.
But I'm not going to be using that one anyway. So.
I was going to say you're not allowed to use that one, right?
Well, it's kind of my rule, so I can change them as I like.
You can
Well,
still
actually, no.
these...
These are Traditha's rules, really. These ones. Traditha was very strict, very. But I think we're both blaming each other, depending on who's being asked.
She's always strict.
Because I thought we should have had one where you could use 50% white, and then people could have 50% orange, 50% white. So who knows? Not allowed.
Nope.
So is she not allowing any double dipping?
Sorry, say that again?
Is she allowing double dipping?
I think so, yeah. We can double dip, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Amy's doing her white project and her Shark Week project is the same thing. So
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'm not waiting up. As soon as I can cast on for
That's what I'm doing.
the white one, I'm gonna do it.
But I suppose we've all talked about the Shark Week thing, but does it still count in the double dip if you end up having to rip out your project? So no one's asked that before, have they?
I would.
That
Well,
suck.
unless you cast it back on,
Yeah, reknit it.
right? Yeah, if you
Yeah,
reknit it, then it would count. But otherwise,
Because people will be taking photos of it before they rip it out, and then submitting that photo.
there will be people who do that.
cheaters.
People are gonna be as honest as they're gonna be. If they're an honest person, they'll do it. If they're not,
Come on, Neil. You've seen enough of these to know that there's always people who have to circumvent the rules.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
I just hope that the people who cheat don't get picked. as
Right.
Winners. So nanny boo boo. That's karma.
Yeah, it happens though. But
Well,
what can you do?
I'd like to state for the record, I'm not actually entering any of these make-alongs for the prizes. I don't give a rip about the prizes. I don't give a rip about winning. I just want to get my stash down and make stuff. That's it. Like whatever I have at the end of the make-along, that's my fucking prize right there.
If you do the orange one, what are you going to do if you win? Because you might win your own yarn.
That's counterproductive. Yeah.
I'll donate it to a charity, a sad liberal charity. Be like, here, would you like
I was
some
thinking,
orange?
oh, I won't have to pay for it that way, but no, I'll probably take a still.
I was gonna say I could be a charity.
maybe Stu and Catherine could use some.
Yeah, their weekend was really ruined by the fact that you're not in jail. I feel so sorry for them right now.
I do as well. I do.
Look at you being all free and easy and living your best life and talking with your friends and not being in jail.
Yeah. It's funny because I've you know when people say, oh, they don't want drama, they just want to knit. Well, that episode is.
I thought we're not allowed to say that.
It's out watching all my other videos. I can't think of the words. It's like, so I just need a bit of drama in the header, and people will come and watch.
Clickbait.
So, yeah.
What amazed me is your viewer count went up after you did the blocked thing.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
There was like 41 people afterwards. I'm like, are they waiting because they think he's going to say something else?
I should have got a friend to smash the door. Well, pretend to smash the door down. Just at that moment.
Oh, they would have loved that.
That would have been hilarious.
My favourite comment, though, was the one that I can't remember which one of them it was that said, the police on both sides, America and Britain are waiting or something. It's like, yeah.
They're watching you closely. They're monitoring.
You can just imagine all the New York cops watching my YouTube, waiting.
Yeah.
And then what would they do?
Oh, God.
I like the ones, I've already reported this. It's like, but he hasn't done anything yet, And then what?
Yeah,
I've reported it twice. It's like,
I know.
I'm going to report it
And-
again. They got to
Can
do
you-
something.
Can you see the poor policeman that had to take that? I mean, he had to be rolling his eyes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, I got some advice from an American police officer who said, because I was sort of questioning whether I'd be able to find out who it was that reported me, find out their name. So I could dox them, maybe. No. And then the police officer said that in America, you can sort of, in about a week or 2 weeks after the incident, you can ask for like a report on everything they hold about you. And that can be in that report. But I've been delving into the British system, and I've got a feeling that they don't give that information away, which I think it should be, because isn't that part of our law that you should be able to face your accuser?
Yes.
It is in our
a court of
country.
law, which is what I always thought our system was as well. But I don't know whether I'll be able to. But I am going to do that just in case. But I've got a feeling that particular police officer was so over it by the time the report had been made. I don't even think he'll have put it on the system. I don't think he's even entered it, so I bet there won't even be anything there, which is a bit disappointing, really. But I can pretty much guess who some of the people are anyway.
It's like, people are being actively assaulted, they're being murdered, they're being robbed, they're being kidnapped. But oh no, we have to pay attention to the knitters because some guy is going to allegedly dox people, and we can't have that.
But the whole thing is just laughable, though, isn't it? Because I would know if I saw that header, and I'm sure we all, it's just a clickbait thing, and everybody knows. You see these clickbait things in the knitting world so often. That's it. I've had enough. I'm never doing this again. That kind of thing. Or it's over. Or I'm finishing my, I'm never opening my shop again. And then you watch the video and it's nothing of the sort. So it's exactly the same thing.
yeah.
So I need to come up with a better one for next time. What else can I threaten to do?
I don't know, but you should be asking for $500,000.
Yeah. Well, that's funny because I won't say which account, but I've commented on Craftsnark because they don't know it's me. I'm getting loads and loads and loads of likes, and I just think if I'd have posted that as me, I'd have got loads and loads of minus points.
They'd have reported you. Yeah.
Yeah, and it just kind of shows that they do agree with me on some things. It's just that they will choose not to based on who is saying it.
That's what Nituational says about the report.
Yeah, I didn't get a number because I think he said, I can't remember exactly. I mean, I've recorded it. I think he said right from the beginning, it's not going anywhere. I'm not doing anything with this.
Done and dusted.
Right.
What's that? Sorry, Tina.
He said done and dusted. That was his exact words. I remember because he's making a colorway about it.
Have you analysed it word by word to see how many colorways you can get?
Okay. How do
I'm so glad I recorded it because otherwise people would think I was just making it up.
Yeah.
How do I get a comment off the screen now in StreamYard?
Yeah, I think you just click on it again. I think in the comments where
I do, but then it hides it. But then it hides it in the comments.
Is it the Nituational one?
I see it.
Yeah.
I can
Is it there? Okay. Okay. Then maybe it just hides it for me.
I think it only hides it until you choose another one to highlight. So if you try another one, it should show up again.
Got it. Well, then I'll have another one up there. Then I'll have to just keep popping them off until. I'm sorry, my brain is not working. I've had a fever for the last 2 days, so.
Oh my goodness.
And I can't find a stitch marker when I need it.
Oh, I was out with civilians on Saturday, when I got the phone call from, when I mean civilians, I mean people who aren't knitters. And when I got the phone call from the police guy, I said, "Oh, it's the police." And they were like, "Why? What for?" And I said, "Oh, it'll be this thing." And then started to tell them the story. And you've never seen faces like it. You know, they were like, "What the fuck are you talking about? You know, why?" And as I'm saying it, it sounds so unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, "Well, what have you actually done?" And it's like, "Oh, well, I've pretended I'm going to dox them." And it's like, "What?"
Well,
Yeah, people can't believe it's knitters. The Muggles don't understand that. Yeah, there's some real lunatics in the knitting community.
Oh, absolutely.
I was telling my husband he thought it was hilarious. He's like, he goes, "So they've reported him before he's done anything?" I'm like, "Yeah."
well, you know, you can't wait till the last minute.
Right.
That's true. That's
Gotta
true.
be proactive.
Yeah, and have you noticed is they've not said a word, at least not publicly.
Well,
Nothing.
I'm sure in their little secret chat, there's
Oh yeah.
Oh,
a lot of words going on. Come on, we all know there's a secret chat somewhere
Oh yeah.
yeah.
that we're not invited to because we're not crazy.
Can I
Well,
ask?
we've got our own.
Yes, but ours isn't full of insane people who want to stop other people's livelihoods.
That's true.
Well, I agree with the second part, but I do think we have a few insane people.
Hi, I'm here. Don't talk about me like I'm not here, okay? I'm right here.
Ugh.
Has anybody seen the notice that Joanne put up?
Mm-hmm.
I heard about it, but I didn't watch.
Why did you put us through that?
Oh, are they not really closing down?
Well, they're going to reinvent themselves or something.
Yeah, they're going to reinvent themselves, and there's stuff going on behind the thing. And I don't know. I'm going to have to wait and see what it looks like. But there's part of me that's like, I'm done with you. I grieved for your leaving, and I'm done with you. I don't know.
Is it clickbait, though? Is that why they did it?
No, it's on the Joanne website.
Mm-hmm.
So are they still going to be selling? I mean, I don't know what they sell at Joann's. I know they sell yarn, but are they still going to be selling the same kind of stuff, or is it going to be completely different?
They did not say.
Don't know.
Oh,
They're being very
cagey about
Well,
it.
and that could be.
yes. Thank you.
That could be because they're still in the bankruptcy, conservators, all that. So they might not be able to say.
Is it
Right.
the same company, or did somebody buy them out afterwards?
Well, I thought that they got bought out by Great American.
Right.
That's what I thought too.
So I would think if anybody's going to do anything, it's going to be Great American, right?
No.
You would think.
So I don't know.
It's a lot of drama.
Oh, no.
Mhm.
Well, and that's, that's to get all of us to wait with bated breath to see what's going to happen.
Maybe that's why their clearance yarn sales sucked so bad. Everybody was like, "Why aren't the prices dropping? Why aren't the prices dropping?" Well, it's because I guess they just weren't really closing after all or something. I don't know.
Hey, Coggy.
I don't know.
We don't.
I don't know.
As far as I know, we don't have any local Joann's here, so that didn't affect me. But we do have that Hobby Lobby, which, oh my Lanta. Well, okay, let me tell you about the freaking Hobby Lobby. So it's literally right by the World Trade Center. It's like right there. You can
Ooh,
see
that's where it is? Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
Yeah, you can see the that thing they call the Oculus. It's called the Oculus because it looks like a weird eye thing. It's so freaking big that you can just walk in and like I almost got lost. I'm wandering around and I'm like okay, so you walk into a store and you think of it as like a square or a rectangle. I swear this was like I don't know. It was Wonderland. It was huge. They have a huge seasonal section. I mean, stuff for your garden, stuff for your kitchen, stuff for like, I have never seen so many Yeti tumbler knockoffs in my entire life, and huge ones. Who the hell needs like a 64-ounce coffee? What is that? So, I was just kind of amazed wandering around. But all that being said, the yarn aisle is only like an aisle and a half.
Oh, it's like mine.
I'm like, what?
I was
guys,
hoping.
You have all of this space. You're in a city of 8 million people, and you have like this much yarn.
Why have they done that? Because it was very popular, wasn't it? So I don't understand.
I don't know.
Because
they got rid of all of the brands that were not associated with them.
Oh.
So
Yeah, but they've even cut back on their brands. We have like an aisle and a half.
Yeah, but that's like Michael's switching everything to loops and threads, and Vanna's Choice or whatever.
Well, I mean, and it's, you want to go up to them and like, look, Joann's is out of business. This is your opportunity.
It's your time to shine, people. Let's go. Do it. Spread your wings. Spread your yarn aisle. Do you need that much? I mean, okay. Here's the thing, too. Because this is New York City, a lot of people don't have outdoor spaces. We don't have gardens. We don't have freaking lawns. What do you need all of this outdoor seasonal stuff for in New York City? Like, it doesn't make any sense. You don't need all these lawn chairs and these beach towels and these flags and whatever. Like it feels like they could have tailored it a bit better to their location.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
It's like we laugh because Burlington Coat Factory here, they put out the winter coats the same time, every year, but they put them out here in Las Vegas that nobody needs a winter coat. It's like, put out more other things that we might actually use.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, these big box stores really dropped the ball on this because they could have expanded not only their yarn but their fabric, their notions, all of it.
Right.
I understand that. I mean, I've bought stuff from Waywack and it's great, but if you're sewing a project and you run out of thread, it was so nice to just run to Joann's or run to wherever and pick up the thread you need, or a needle. You break your last needle or whatever, or you got to wait online. Even Amazon will take you, a day or two,
a couple of hours.
At least a couple.
Oh, wow.
Hours. Yeah.
They were, Wild Knit Diva said they were told they were devoting more sales space to home decor.
Yep.
Why?
Ours is mostly, it's awful. I mean, it's cute stuff, but how many signs do you need,
Right.
I mean, okay, I understand there are people that switch out their decor seasonally. That seems like a lot of work to me. I don't even put up a Christmas tree. I'm like, whatever. I'm not taking things up and putting them down. But it's just like endless consumerism with all the stuff in your house that you have to keep rotating out. And it's like, and then what do you do with that stuff when you buy new stuff? And then do you just throw it out? Do you donate it? It's like, why do you keep buying stuff that you don't need? Like, buy stuff that you can make stuff with. Like yarn.
Yeah, I like the way you've added that on the end in case everyone said, you're right, Tina, we'll never buy things we don't need ever again.
But the thing is, like, when you buy stuff like yarn or art supplies or whatever, you're transforming it into something else and you're doing something useful and you're making the world a better place and you're not just buying mass-produced shit that's going to hang on your walls and be like, live, laugh, love. Like,
live, laugh, love, yeah.
Like, seriously, who is going to walk into your house and see that sign and just feel enriched by it? Like,
I have some relatives. I have some relatives. They have lots of those signs. It's a thing in certain parts of the country with certain religious persuasions. I'm not going to talk about it.
But like, who's going to look at that sign and be like, you know what? I should do those things more. I should live more. I am so inspired right now. I'm going to laugh more. I'm going to love more. Like, it's so dumb. It's just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody in the chat. I'm sure.
Is this the live, laugh, love and the family signs and things
like that? Family.
Yeah.
Family.
I've got one I think I've told you before. It's the see you next Tuesday in wooden letters with my mirror. And people don't see it straight away. It's only when they're staring at themselves in the mirror that they actually see it.
My daughter-in-law has a sign on her wall that says "Leave by 9."
What does it say? Sorry.
Leave by 9.
Well, that's perfect.
Good rule. It's a good house rule.
I love it. I'm like, I want that sign.
It's 8:55. House rules. Get your shit together. Get ready to go. The house is closing. Party's over.
Yeah, I had a friend who had all these lamps on a timer. And so they'd go off. You'd be sat there. Then it'd be like, right, it's time to go because the lights all went off.
Like a movie theater. Yeah.
It's clever, really, isn't it? Because you don't actually have to say.
My
You know,
favorite
it's
is
obvious.
you don't even start inside. The welcome mat that says "Go away."
Yes. Come back to the warrant.
My sister and I don't get along very well, and we went to visit her when my son was little. He was about 2 years old, and we had gone to Atlanta where she lived, but we weren't staying. We were staying at a hotel and whatever. And she invited us over for dinner. She started turning out the lights in the house before we finished eating.
Wow.
And then like 7 o'clock, she was like, "Oh, we have to go to bed because we have to get up early." We weren't even done eating.
Wow.
Yikes.
I'm like, that's one way to, tell people you really don't want to see them without coming out and saying you don't really want to see them.
That kind of reminds me of how the dinners used to go with Queen Victoria, apparently, because she used to eat so fast and no one else was allowed to eat if she wasn't eating. So by the time all the courtiers and all the other people, by the time their food had been put on the table, she'd finished hers. And then everyone got their food taken away. They didn't even get a chance to even eat any of it.
Ouch.
Oh,
Wow.
I'd be like, queen or no queen, nothing's getting in the way of my food.
I'll just take it to go. I don't have to sit at the table.
Right.
speaking of which, have you gone to Popeyes again, Neil?
I've had it twice. I've not. That's it for now. I've kind of satisfied that itch.
My roommate today he told me he was going to KFC, and I was like, "Yeah, Popeyes is better." And he goes, "You think so?" And I said, "Yeah, I think so." And he's like, "It's a different flavor." And I was like, "Yeah, it's a different flavor, and it's a better
That's the point.
flavor."
Better flavor. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
I
then-
can't stand KFC. I don't like. It's always dry and horrible.
Well, he texted me 10 minutes later, and he goes, "I changed my mind. You're right. Popeyes is better."
Mm-hmm. They don't put enough mayonnaise in their coleslaw. It's dry.
KFC or Popeyes? I don't know if I've had either one of
KFC.
them. Oh,
It's
their
dry.
mashed potatoes
all
suck
dry.
too. The mashed
I miss-
potatoes are dry too.
I'm sad because they got rid of the potato wedges and they were my favorite thing at KFC.
They were pretty good. Nicely seasoned.
I make those at home.
They were batter dipped. They had,
Oh, I don't batter dip mine.
I don't either, but
I had something I'd never had before recently, and it's absolutely delicious. And I bet you guys have had it before, but it was a Polish dish. It was a soup, but it was pickled gherkin soup.
No,
And I'm not
I-
kidding. It was delicious.
Mhm.
It was not what I thought it was going to be. I could have drunk a gallon of it, I tell you.
I've never had that. I do like pierogies though.
Me
Oh
too.
yeah.
I had a Polish boss and she would bring in homemade pierogies.
Yum.
I'm not keen on the ones with the mince and sauerkraut in them, but I do like the cottage cheese and potato ones. I don't know which ones you get.
We get potato and cheese.
Different kinds. Yeah.
I
Mushrooms.
cast on a sock because my current project that I can't count because it's not part of any of the mouse because I started it too soon. So I thought, well, maybe I can get a pair of socks in at the same time doing all these other things. And guess what lovely yarn this is, Miss Tina?
Oh, gee, that looks awfully familiar. Could that be the day the mediums died?
It is the day the mediums died because they're gone.
ask what that is. I keep hearing it, but I don't know what it's in reference to.
Okay, so there's this saga of
Saga. Yes.
It's an epic saga. I'm not quite sure how it started, but there were these medians in Amy's neighborhood that
Oh, that's right. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah.
And there was some crazy lady who was like, I don't know,
Control
her
freak.
husband.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they
there were bottle trees. Or what were the other things in there? There was all sorts of
Oh.
things. A dinosaur was in it at some point, I think.
Yeah, a lot of
Is that right?
decorations that
She went to Hobby
and-
Lobby and bought all the things.
yeah, and living in where you're from, Joan, you know, having a bottle tree is not the safest thing in hurricane weather.
No.
Oh, that didn't even occur to me. I thought it was just like
Yeah.
an aesthetic issue.
No.
No,
I-
it's a yeah.
When you guys were talking about Popeyes, I mean, I go to Popeyes when I get homesick. So
So is that a southern thing, Popeye?
that's a New Orleans.
It's
Yeah.
it's Cajun.
Ooh.
Don't you read the sign? It's Cajun.
No, I ordered online.
The guy who founded Popeyes, my friends knew him, and he every Christmas would have a massive light display at his house. So
I have
Whenever
to
I see
say
these-
though. Go ahead.
Sorry, go on.
No, I was going to say I have to say that I like Bojangles Dirty Rice better.
I do like Bojangles rice.
Oh, we don't have that here.
I used to like churches, but we don't have churches here anymore.
We have churches, but it's in Detroit, and I don't go there. The end.
So
We have Kennedy fried chicken here, which I guess is like a Kentucky knockoff. But it's really good ghetto chicken, I have to say. It's better than the regular KFC.
never heard of it.
They also have weird items on the menu like corn nuggets, like deep fried creamed corn nuggets.
Oh,
Yeah, they're really good. Especially when you're drunk.
are they like hush puppies? Kind of.
What is a hush puppy? I don't think I know what
It's
that
like
is.
cornmeal. It's like
That you drop into oil.
drop
and-
into oil.
Oh, it's not cornmeal. It's like actual, like you took like creamed corn. I don't know how they do it. It's really delicious though.
I've heard of that. I've heard
Sounds
of
good,
people
yeah.
doing that with cream corn.
And we're back on food again. Never
Exactly,
fails.
yeah, we always
So Neil,
right around dinner time.
Neil, what exactly are you going to make that's white?
Well,
Since it's your Mao.
I've designed a cowl stroke yoke, so you could use it as a yoke or a cowl, depending on. And it's I knitted it as a test with some Aran weight, which was too thick, but I wanted to test whether it works. There's one part of it that I can't stand, so I'm going to redo that bit, and then I'm going to do it in fingering weight. So. So it's going to be my own design because I might stick it in the magazine, maybe.
Make sure you don't put a hood on it.
No.
Oh yes. Oh yeah, because it was very pointy and it had two holes in the front. You know, like some nip slips for Amy. Yeah, maybe I should rethink that.
Just saying.
I thought that it was designed to be kind of like you would look like you were wearing Santa's beard.
Yes, well, yeah, because what I was thinking is whether to try and I won't get it done in time, but I was thinking it could have been a pirate beard. So I was going to try and put it in the next issue, but it won't be done in time for that. But yeah, I think
I
Santa's
will have
beard.
to make one of those for my dog if it's a beard. If it's a pirate beard.
Yeah, the idea of it is it's kind of every little strip. It's in rounds, and it's each round is a different stitch pattern. But the idea is that it'll look like kind of curly or frizzy hair, kind of. That sounds absolutely hideous, I know, but it's not gonna look like hair. You know what I mean? Kind of.
Do I know what you mean? Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to think where the other one is. Is it here? Oh, it's here. I can show you my what's the word? My prototype. So this isn't. I'm not going to be doing this one for the actual thing. So.
Ooh, let me make you
So-
big.
Yeah.
So it's all different types of ribbing. So it starts off with twisted rib at the top, and then there's another section of twisted rib where it just changes over one. Then there's is it rick rack
Right.
stitch, and then this is the one I'm
Ooh.
taking out, that herringbone one.
Oh, I like
the
that.
jacquard, the jacquard herringbone. It's a
Uh,
time sink.
It's where I don't know what it's, whether it's called that or not, but you do a float on the front.
Yeah,
to-
that's
to get
jacquard.
that. But it's really tight. So I was able to do it so that it still works, but I was thinking it was, and I really didn't enjoy knitting that bit at all. The rest I did, but that bit I didn't. So I don't know whether to keep that or not. Or if I do keep it, I might have it nearer the top.
Yeah.
Oops. Where'd everybody else go? There you are.
Here.
Wait, who did we lost?
I know.
Nick?
Over your head.
I don't know. StreamYard is just being a weird the last 2 weeks. There's
So
all
does it
these
look
new
like a beard?
buttons and things. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Kinda
You just
does,
need your
doesn't
where's your Santa hat?
Oh, it's in a box somewhere. It's too early, too hot for Santa stuff.
Yeah, it's probably 65 degrees.
Yeah, it was 105 here the other day.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, I couldn't live there. No way.
Yeah.
Yes,
We-
you could, because everything's air conditioned and you only go outside when you absolutely have to, and all the vehicles are air conditioned. So
I did see a reel on
You can
Instagram where
survive.
some guy had just walked to his car and he was dripping in sweat. He was wet through. So going from his house to his car.
it's worse with humidity.
Yeah.
I
It's
suppose
bad
the only
here.
good thing is everyone else is sweaty, aren't they? It's not just yourself. So
Well, the thing is here, we don't have a lot of greenery because everything's concrete and asphalt and buildings. So all that does is reflect the sun even more. We don't have a lot of shade or anything like that. So we don't have a lot of humidity because we don't have any plants. But at some point, the heat just gets to the point where you die.
The end.
for me, that'd be about 80 degrees.
It is actually 65 here. Just 65. It's lovely.
It's
Ooh,
73 here. Tomorrow it's going to get hot tomorrow.
94 today, I think. It was pleasant.
But we have the
What
humidity.
it is
So
Yeah.
Yeah, humidity sucks.
ugh, it does.
I notice our former first lady on her podcast has not mentioned her knitting from what I hear. I don't watch it, but I heard somebody saying.
Well, now they're going on about how, because AOC knits.
No, are you serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
So now
I think
they're
She
going
does
on about
actually
her.
knit as well, doesn't she? I think she's been seen knitting.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
But okay, that's lots of people knit. That's not like a great
Hey.
accomplishment,
No, but it might make her, shut up more. And that's always
Yeah,
a pleasant
maybe.
thing.
That
Shut
would
up
be
and knit.
um,
Yeah.
It doesn't work for the others.
Yes, well,
Well, we've got a prolific, brilliant knitter, though, haven't we, on our side? So
Oh yeah.
I don't think any of them match.
I know, and I would love to get her on, but
Is
she
it
just
Harmeet?
moved.
Harmeet, isn't it?
She
Is it
just
Harmeet?
moved, and Harmeet, yeah, she just moved and started her new job, which she's kicking ass at.
She's awesome.
And so hopefully we'll be able to get her on at some point with us or politically
Yeah,
incorrect
I
knitters.
feel, when you have that so many degrees of separation from really famous people, because I've had an email conversation with Harmeet, so I feel like I'm like one person away from Donald Trump.
I wonder if they ever got that Jennifer sent the cow to the White House.
Yeah, I bet they get so many things sent, and I bet they all just have to go in a room, a bomb-proof
Mhm.
room, until they're all, tested for cyanide or whatever it is people
Yeah.
might put in them. Yeah, I'd love to see it in the White House or Oval Office, in that, just in a frame or something.
Yeah.
We need to get Elon Musk's attention. We need to get him to see us. So
He just He just left Doge and's gone back to X and Tesla and space, whatever the heck one he's at.
SpaceX.
We need
SpaceX, that's it.
we need Elon to start a craft store.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Wouldn't
Yeah,
that
the X could be 2 needles, couldn't it?
right?
No, we need him to make it another version of Ravelry.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
I actually, my friend
You could
who was,
buy Ravelry and then just delouse it.
Oh,
Sorry, Tina, go on.
I was talking to my friend who is good with creating websites and stuff, and apparently he had a conversation with somebody today about, one of his friends just started a new website or whatever, and so he talked to him about it, and so hopefully, he just wanted to let me know he did not forget about a new version of Ravelry. So
Okay.
I'm excited to converse
That's
with him about it
cool.
soon. Yeah.
That's super cool.
And I think we should all create things that say Trump on them.
yeah, right.
No, I just think the color of the website should be orange.
There you go. I'm all for that.
Oh, you know who will think she owns it?
Ugh.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know who wouldn't be caught dead on it? So let me get this straight. I'm confused. If any of you saw Craft Snark about that yarn dyer who's asking for $500,000 for her yarn store, and they're
Yeah.
criticizing her for asking for money for a business, yet other people can ask for money for businesses and they just donate and don't say a word.
Well, she's got the wrong color of skin, so she's not allowed to get that 500,000. Whereas if somebody else with a different color of skin had asked for it, they would all be supporting. Or maybe they're starting to get weary of it. Maybe they're seeing it.
Well, I mean, she didn't take into consideration some of her employees were graduating college and she thought they were just going to stay there and they weren't going to try to go get a job. I mean, that's pretty not very well planning. And if you need $500,000, then your business plan isn't quite up to snuff, I don't think.
If you need $1 million, you need to get it yourself.
Yeah.
I suspect she wants $500,000 to pay off the debts that she has and then just retire, just disappear with that money and do something else.
It's been done before.
Yeah. I mean, I'm so surprised nobody has raised Adela's name in this, because it's like, well, where did her money go?
I was waiting to see if anybody commented it, but
yeah, I was going to, but then I thought, no, if I put it there, they'll immediately think whoever's written that is me.
Yeah. They'll know. They'll know you.
Yeah.
No, you have to couch it right. You have to say, I'm concerned because I donated before, and now everyone here is saying that you shouldn't donate to a business, and I don't want to think that I did the wrong thing.
Evil.
I don't know. If your business is begging for money like that, then you need to really rethink your business. Especially because she was blaming COVID, but she didn't even open till after COVID.
Yeah. Well, after COVID, for some people, COVID has never stopped.
I can't tell you, every freaking day when I go to the post office, when I go to the grocery store, masks everywhere. I'm like, it's the year of our Lord 2025. What are you doing? You're walking, not even in a building, outside on the street.
Outside, it drives me nuts. Yeah.
I saw a lady get into her car wearing a mask. I'm like, are you still one of those people wearing a mask driving around by yourself? Like, what are you doing?
Should cough near them whenever you see them.
Yeah.
I do get a couple. There's some older Asian people at the grocery store, but they were wearing masks before COVID. So
yeah, that's been a fashion statement for them for years, hasn't it?
Yeah. So
hey, that's like part of their heritage, isn't it?
Well, yeah, in Japan and they wear them all the time. On the
Wasn't it
subway.
more for like the smog though? Wasn't that the reason they did it? To catch
That's part of it. Yeah.
I don't think it was about viruses so much, was it? Although it could have been.
I don't believe so, but I don't know.
I don't either.
So Neil, do you have a lot of patterns and articles coming for the next issue?
Yeah, actually quite a lot. Quite a few patterns this issue, I think. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. Not had many articles this time around, but I don't think we are going to need that many with the amount of patterns we've got.
Well,
although we've got a few because Yeah, we had a very early article, didn't we? I'm trying to remember now. Yeah, so we've got that one waiting to go in. I've asked. Someone's done a Hay Sailor knit. You know what's she called, Maori. So I've asked that knitter if they'd do a review of it because it kind of fits the theme. So yeah, I never know until the 15th, really, and then I start panicking. But it's always okay. It always kind of just sorts itself out in the end.
Yeah, I don't have the brain width to do an article this time. I did them last two times, so I figure I'm good for a couple months. You won't bug me if I submit a pattern. You won't bug me for an article.
I notice people don't tend to suggest things now because my answer is always, "That's brilliant. Do you mind doing it?" Because people want things in there, but they don't want to do it themselves. And it's like, well.
Well, I might not want to ask you what I was going to ask you.
Whatever it is, it's brilliant. Do it.
Just add it to the list.
You know how they have like the mystery knit-alongs, and it'll be like a shawl or whatever?
I love that idea. And I've been thinking about it because you did mention it to me at some point, didn't you? I can't remember
okay.
when.
I'm sorry. I didn't know if I...
The only thing that kind of stops me from doing that is the time scale, because the magazine is every 2 months. So you would only get a clue every 2 months. So
that's fine with me. I'm busy.
Yeah, I don't know whether people would, whether attention spans of other people would stay.
Well, what if you did like 2 clues every month? Because it's like every 2 months.
Do you think that would work?
Well, sometimes Stephen West has more than 1 clue a week because it's he's got like 7 sections in a shawl. So some weeks you'll get 2 clues, and some weeks you get 1 clue. But that's every week.
Well, I was thinking about ways we could do, where there was like a code. Maybe all the codes are in there for each week for 8 weeks, and then but the code is only released weekly, if that makes sense. But then I was thinking I don't quite know how I would do that logistically. But yeah, I really do like the idea because it's kind of it's a step up from the Dissident, isn't it? Because that's like a mystery.
What if there was a mailing list for the clues?
A mailing list.
Yeah, like a newsletter style thing. Like people.
Well, you know who'd be brilliant at organizing that, Tina?
Not me. Not me.
Talk yourself into it.
Were you not listening?
That's a brilliant idea, Tina. You should do it.
Yeah, the deadline's the 15th.
Lo siento, pero no hablo inglés. Yo no sé.
Yeah, Teresa's running off in case I ask her to do anything. Look, she's gone.
Teresa's like, I will just turn myself off here.
Oops.
Well, the reason why I suggested it is because I've done mystery knit-alongs before, and a lot of them have turned out to be ugly.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I try to do more than that, Neil.
Are you sure? I have the ugly cat shawl.
I don't know. Is there going to be a pinwheel in it? Because I don't know. I might have to protest.
No, we can't do that.
And then force you to change it. Force you to change it.
Any of us could use that middle pattern of that now and say it's ours, because he won't claim it now, will he? So we could all have that in a thing and claim it as our own pattern. We could do it a bit like thinking. Do you remember those things as kids where you used to fold up a piece of paper and you'd draw a head and a neck, and then you would pass it to your friend, and then they would draw the shoulders?
Exquisite Corpse. Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Yes.
That could be what we do with a mystery knit along, where a different designer, you have a set number of stitches, and then each person does their own design in that section.
That would be really cool.
That would only work if it's done all in advance, so that you know that it works out.
Right.
Yeah. Right. True.
Maybe for next year.
Oh, Lefty Crochet Moon has written exactly that pretty much.
Well,
Does
I was
anybody-
thinking so the theme for the next one is hoist the colors.
That's right. Yeah.
I was thinking if I got my Mondrian socks done in time, I would submit them, but I don't think that's going to happen. So,
Do you know, it would have been perfect for when you were wearing your eye patch.
yes,
Right?
yar. I wish I remembered the pattern. I could have put that pattern in, but I don't remember how I used to knit them. But there was short rows, like it did puff out a little bit, so it didn't sit right on my eyeball. But I don't think many people need an eye patch these days. I hope so.
Well, if we go around poking people in their eye, they probably will eventually. So we could start a campaign.
Well, if you need Pirate to sponsor something, let me know. I'll take his picture.
Oh, what a shame I couldn't get the beard thing done, because he could have modeled it, couldn't he?
He would have too.
And that would have been perfect. Oh. How fast can you knit? I could send you the pattern up.
Sure, during all the mouths.
Yeah. I'm not going to get any patterns now, am I, until December? If people are going to be too busy.
I might. I don't know. Depends on what's going on after Shark Week. I mean,
Yeah.
Teresa and I are having a knit along, but ours is just using stash.
Right.
Oh, when do you start that?
October
October.
1st, when all the other ones are done.
Because we didn't want to pile on like everyone else did at the same time.
And we have an idea for a knit along for next June.
Oh yeah.
Is that top
Okay.
secret?
Top secret.
Well, let me know when you want it put on the spreadsheet.
I wish I'd have thought of it sooner, but we already have a bunch of
Oh, yes, we do.
to do this June. So next June.
I want to do a Halloween/harvest knit along or make along from like September 1st to November 1st, since November 1st is Dia de los Muertos. So if people want to do like something related to that, they can. But I mean, that's not going to be until, I mean, I wouldn't put that on the spreadsheet until like August or so.
Okay, thank you.
Because everybody's going to be like, I can't do all this.
You know, I'm trying to get information because I feel like I'm still leaving stuff out, but I saw a couple, but it wasn't people that I followed on a normal basis, and I don't know what side they're on. So,
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't mind whose side they're on. Really, it depends on whether people want that. Really,
right.
'cause
They
some
may
people
not
will.
want us to do their knit-alongs.
Oh yeah, can you imagine the complaints if
Oh God.
the grocery girls are in there or whatever? Do they do knit-alongs? I don't know.
Yeah.
You can't sit with us.
Ugh.
You can't knit with us.
I don't want to.
On their
Exactly.
cruise, they're having a cruise, aren't they? Soon.
Are they?
Yeah.
They're still talking about how sexy Fauci is. That's
Oh,
really what turned me off.
Lord.
That's
Is
really
that
what turned me
really?
off on him. Yeah, how they
Oh.
were in love with him and he was a hero. And this is back in the.
Have they
That's-
seen it?
I had-
No.
I had to
next?
quit
Are
at
they gonna
that.
be like, are they going to be all about Andrew Cuomo's nipple rings or something? Is it
Oh, gross.
Tina, I'd forgotten all about that. Thank you for that mental image.
He's gonna have nightmares now.
Listen,
Yes, but he's going to be indicted though, so that's exciting.
well,
Is
he
he?
might be our next mayor.
is?
So,
The FBI is indicting him, I think, for the
oh, Fauci?
lying to. No, Cuomo.
Cuomo.
Oh, Cuomo? Really? Dang.
Yeah,
For what?
for the nursing home stuff.
Oh, well then they can run right over to here. Lansing's right up there. Yep. Get ready, Gretch. They're coming for you.
Then they can come here and do ours.
Well, no, they got to stop in California first.
Yeah, that's another one of them things
Well,
that I was talking to
I'm
Marie
sorry.
about, Marie Busquet, how all the countries did the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Why did every country put, COVID patients in with people in a home and lock the door, basically.
And then tell you need to save grandma and grandpa. We're not the ones trying to kill them.
Exactly.
But then meanwhile, they're off vacationing and they're hanging out and doing their thing.
Well, I think if they ever come for the ones in California, that's going to fill up the butt.
Right. Yeah.
There's a lot out here.
Yeah, you're going to need a prison state. Which state do you nominate to be your prison state? You're all thinking, everyone apart from Joan is thinking California.
No. I'm thinking, what's the wokest state? Rhode Island?
California, isn't it?
Vermont.
Vermont. Yeah, let's send him to Bernie. He's got 3 houses.
All right, let me get my kid out of there first, and then you can. Yeah. Ooh.
Cassie says no, Joan. She doesn't want him in California either.
No.
Thank you, Cassie.
Yeah, how did you two survive California? How are you still sane?
I was able to work from home, and I took advantage of that situation. And I told my boss I wasn't going back. And so they make me come in 1 day a week now, but that's it. So
Nice.
But
That's not bad.
I'm kind of an introvert anyway, so it didn't bother me.
Oh yeah.
Did you all see Marie Buskey's story?
I watched part of it. I need to go back and finish.
It was
Oh,
good.
you do. You really do need to watch it all. Absolutely unbelievable what they put those people through.
Real totalitarianism.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But on to poor little California. You know,
Poor little California, because it's such a tiny little state, right?
yes. They raised a lot of money for the fires, and the people whose houses burned down are like, where's the money?
hmm.
Yikes.
Because it kind of seems to have disappeared.
Wow.
Yep.
Let's miss it. That's reminiscent of Helene.
Mhm.
You know, like Hurricane Helene hit, and then it was like, oh, well, let's keep giving Ukraine billions of dollars, and
Right.
here, you guys could have $750. It's
Yeah.
cool. Oh, you lost your house? Oh, that's too bad. Here's $750. Oh, wait, you don't get the $750 because you don't qualify because reasons. Anyway, so the Ukraine needs like billions of dollars. So,
There's a theory going around at the moment, which I think might happen. Starmer here is talking war constantly, and people think that he's going to take us to war just so he can suspend elections, so that he can stay in power. Because
Isn't that what Zelensky did?
I
Yeah.
think so, yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's supposedly on his way out, though, isn't he? He's not doing whatever the people at the top want, so I think they're going to replace Zelensky with some other puppet.
apparently, they just did some really crazy strikes inside Russia last night.
Yeah.
The computer friend
Drones.
was telling me, yeah. And because so I love this guy. He's a high functioning autistic guy. So when he goes down a rabbit hole, he like goes down the rabbit hole, and he just, I mean, it wasn't enough for him last night to tell me about current events. He had to go into Russia's tanks and their technology, and if this happens, and the nuclear triad, and this, that, and the other thing. And I was like, God, I love you so much. I don't think I retained like any of the information, but it was fun to read for 5 minutes.
Oh, and there's been a 4th rent boy arrested in the Starmer thing. You know
Oh,
about that,
Red
don't you?
Boy?
Mhm.
Yeah, so far, well, 4 now, but there were 3 young men arrested for setting fire to Starmer's old house, Starmer's old car that he sold to a neighbor, and also another house that isn't Starmer's, but he's associated with. So the question is, how did 3 Ukrainian
Associated.
rent boys get to find out? So Starmer, the official line is that he doesn't know them, but he did play some board games with them one night.
What?
And but that's it. And the media are not
Is
talking
that what we're
about it
calling it?
at
Yeah.
all. Yeah, it's exactly. Do you remember, I don't know whether you guys got Little Britain, but there was the Little Britain sketch where they actually had a politician, and in it he was sort of saying things like, "Yes, and on the 5th of January, I went into a toilet and I slipped on a banana skin. My trousers fell down, and my penis accidentally entered the rectum of such and such." And like, it's like that. You know, it's like.
Oh my God.
I can't
It's like-
wait for it to come out.
I think the next time I try to flirt with somebody, I'm going to be like, "Hey, baby, you want to play some board games with me?"
We're forgetting
Oh, no.
the
He
most
might set
exciting.
fire.
We're forgetting the most important political event that happened this past week.
Oh, go on.
Macron getting smacked by his wife.
Oh boy, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not currently on Twitter, so I've been missing all the good stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
she shoved
brilliant,
she
wasn't it?
shoved him right with both hands. She shoved him right out, and he right on
it was
camera, and then
like-
he turned and saw the camera, and then he just totally like, oh, smile.
But have you not seen his statement that he made to the French media? It had to be
No.
translated, but he said, "Oh, we were just playing around," and
Yeah,
and then
right.
there was.
Yeah.
Then they asked him about the bag of cocaine on that train when he was with Starmer and the German guy, and he said, "Oh no, that was a bag of sweets or something." And again, I was thinking, this is just like Little Britain, you know. It's like they're all at it. All of
Well,
them.
I mean, honestly, with those two, she groomed him.
Oh yeah.
So
he groomed him, if you believe
Well,
them.
I
Yeah.
believe, yeah.
And
But
then-
still, yeah.
And at the White House, when Elon was there, they Peter Doocy asked Trump. He said, "So, what are your marital advice for Macron?" You know, and he said, "Make sure that the door's shut."
It was vicious, though, wasn't it? Because it
was.
wasn't just
Yeah.
a push; it was like
No, it was.
her
No.
fingers were
Yeah.
in his face, pushing him.
Yeah, and she wouldn't take his arm going down the steps. And after they were down at the bottom of the steps and he was staying there, his hand was so tight in the fist, it was white.
Yeah.
Yeah, if there
Yes,
hadn't been a
he
camera,
would.
he would have hit her.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's a messed up couple. I mean, she was 39 and he was 13 when they met.
What?
And yeah, she was his teacher. And then a couple of years later, she divorced her husband and left her family and got with him. And whereas in our country, that would be, you know, grounds for pedophilia, the French are just like,
I've got
love
a
is
feeling
love.
the age of consent is 14 in France, but I might be wrong. I don't know whether anyone can check that. So, but then whether a teacher, because I know here, the age of consent is 16, but if you're in a position of authority, the age of consent is 18. So, which one's this?
This is Groucho.
Oh,
She's jealous.
Aw.
look at the little toe beans.
But yeah, either way, it's creepy regardless. I mean, she was married with kids and left her
Mhm.
family for him. Like,
When we were watching a thing and they were talking about it, and they said, "Yeah, this has happened a couple times, you know, where it's been famous." And I'm sitting there, David and I are sitting there watching, and I said, "Yeah, that Mary Kay Letourneau." And he turned to me, he said, "How do you know her name?" I'm like, "I watch true crime. Okay, I know everybody knows her name." His name was
because it was a big deal when it happened, and then she went to jail, and then she got out and got caught with him again, and got pregnant again, and you know, because 12-year-olds really what an adult woman should be looking for in a man.
Oh, ick,
Gross.
ick.
Well, it's like all these teachers now that they're catching, and it's like their brains have gone. Like the part of their brain that tells them this is wrong, you should not be doing this, is like completely gone. And
I mean, it's always happened because I had
it has, yeah.
my high school, we had one, And the guy was always creepy. We always knew that. And then one day I'm sitting there, like a couple of years later, I'm sitting there watching, I think it was Oprah or something. And here he is with his wife who was his student. I'm like, I know that guy.
Oh, to be fair though, Therese, wasn't it all happening at your school?
Oh no, this is a different school.
Different.
Oh yeah, that was a whole other ball of wax. Yeah. And then even in my daughter's school, the band director and one of the girls it was suspicious. We could never prove it, but it looked bad.
Speaking of music teachers and inappropriate behavior, I have since I've looked this guy up. He was our orchestra teacher in elementary school, I think when I was in 4th grade, and then again in 6th grade. And this guy, if I guess he thought you were gifted, he would have you come play for him on your lunch break, which is kind of weird.
Got everything everybody wants.
But then in 6th grade, it got even weirder because he would sit next to you while you were playing.
It would be like chicken and some of the beef. And
he'd be like, "Yeah, honey, that's right. Like, yeah, you go, girl." Like he would have his arm around you while you were trying to play, and it was just like, "Mr. Davies, what are you doing? Like, don't do that." So anyway, I was convinced that he must have gotten caught with something in the intervening years, but his name hasn't come up, so maybe he was just a creep. Still, I think somebody should check his hard drive.
Always check the hard drive.
Yeah. There was another. I had a private teacher when I was in 8th grade, and he was really inappropriate. Like he would make me stand up and turn around, and he'd be like, "Yeah, showing off them curves, girl." And I'm like, "Hi, I'm 14." Like, what the hell?
When we were at school, you have physical education games, whatever you call it over there. I don't know, but we used to have one pervert of a teacher that because we had showers that were completely open.
Oh,
and
no.
He used to make everybody queue up for the showers, but you had to hold your towel above your head. So basically, so he could check everybody out. But as kids, we were young. You just go.
You didn't
along
think
with it 'cause
anything.
yeah, it's only now when I think back, I think, wow, what a pervert he was.
Yeah.
Well, the police did have that song about this subject, so it's always gone on.
And there was another teacher. He was the woodwork teacher. So I would have been about 12 at the time. And so I was completely innocent at 12. And we would be left in the woodwork room. So he would supposedly teach us when this 15-year-old girl from one of the higher classes, the older classes, would go into his office with him and spend the entire lesson in that office. No idea. We didn't know what they were doing because we were so innocent. Well, actually, I say I didn't know. I was innocent. Some of the other lads.
You were never innocent, Neil. Who are you kidding?
No, I was innocent. Things were different back then.
Sorry, I have to see why my dog is freaking out.
Well, he's a pirate, so clearly you're under attack. And he's...
Okay.
I've lost you, mateys.
Have you guys ever seen the picture of him being a pirate on my phone? Let me see if I can find it.
Have you not put it on your channel?
I don't think I have, because this was taken before I started my channel. My son bought him a pirate hat when we first got him. We've had him for 2 years now.
Wow.
He got attacked today by a little dog.
Oh.
What is it with little dogs? They're always the aggressive ones.
They have short man disease. They have Napoleon disease.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you okay?" And Pirate's like, "Yeah, I don't know what his problem was."
That guy needs therapy.
Aw.
Oh, that's
my
brilliant.
goodness.
Oh, that's adorable.
Perfect.
He's a cutie pie.
If only there was a knitting pattern attached, that could be the cover.
Well, if you would have had your pirate beard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh well.
No.
Okay. I'm going to open my mouth and I'm going to regret it. However, somebody should design a cowl pattern for dogs.
Yes, that's a brilliant idea.
Mhm.
And everybody has heard that. Can somebody write that down? Put it in the minutes.
Yes. And I
And it
have
just-
the model for you.
I have the stitch pattern and the idea, so I should just freaking do that.
Yes. And I will make it and try to hold him. He is pretty good though. When we he hates to have his ears clean, but when we put stuff on him, he just looks at us like, okay.
Kagi says add an eye patch.
We-
are.
Well, his coloring is eye patch.
He's got a built-in eye patch.
Both of his eyes are patched.
He's freaking
Mhm.
adorable.
So I like him. Thank you.
He's one of those dogs with a happy
Yeah.
face, isn't he?
What's that?
He's one of those dogs with a happy face.
Yes.
You know,
he's a sweetie pie, and I love him dearly, except at 5 o'clock in the morning when he wakes us up.
Oh, I know that feeling.
Yeah, everybody with a cat knows that, but he's not a cat.
Yep. One of my cats bit my face here the other morning.
Oh
But
no!
luckily, there was no didn't break the skin for once.
That was a dick move.
Yeah. Obviously, I wasn't getting up fast enough to feed him.
Start eating you.
Well, they do apparently. They start with your face. So if you die and no one gets to you, your cats and dogs will eat you.
Mhm.
So
They start with the soft tissue.
yeah, your face and your genitals apparently.
Don't I'm naked, guys.
Tell me you watch true crime without telling me you watch true crime.
Yeah.
I watched a thing the other night about that woman from upstate New York. They had found a baby in a park, 1997 or something, and it had been burnt. Somebody tried to set it on fire, and newborn. And like last year, they with the new DNA, they found her.
Oh.
And I watched the interview, and she's like, "Oh, I'm a good mother. Not to that kid, you weren't."
Yikes.
She got life in
Did
prison.
she kill
I
the
think.
baby first?
She
or let
did.
the baby die? Or
No, she killed. She
burn it
said
to death?
she once. Basically, she was lying through her teeth in the interview, and then they talked about the DNA and stuff, and that they knew the baby had been alive, and they could go track. They were going to ask for her DNA to confirm it, and then she's like, "I did it," and she smothered him, and then set him on fire.
Oh.
And the thing is, she even admitted that she knew about safe havens and stuff at the time. She was, I must have been in shock or something, but there was no emotion, no remorse, nothing in this interview. And then I watched her sentencing the other day, and I think she got like 40 years or something.
Psychopath.
But like, can you imagine being her kids now, finding that out? Like, you're the lucky one because.
Wow.
And she's like, well, she's going on. I was young and whatsoever. She was 25, college graduate, lived on her own with a good job, but there was a boyfriend who wasn't interested in, so a woman with a baby. It's like,
That's
if you're going to have it.
She's put, how much do I like people? Enough to become a pig farmer.
That's true. But it's like, if you go all the way and have the baby, just give it away.
Yeah. Adoption.
Just take it to she was across the street from a fire station. She lived across the street from fire. It was farther to get in her car and go to the park than it was to just walk across the street and leave it at the fire station. Which the judge pointed out in the hearing. But it was just like, we joke, we talk about sociopaths and psychopaths and all, but then you see somebody like that and you're like, you really get it.
Yeah. Freaking wild.
I did see a thing though that somebody suggested that all Walmarts need to add in a Waffle House and a police substation and it would be the best it would be the best reality TV ever.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, especially during hurricane season with Waffle House.
Yeah. I don't know though. I don't know if it could beat the people getting banned from Spirit and Frontier Airlines for being too drunk to fly.
How can you be
That's-
so stupid? You spend so much money on those tickets, and then you're going to do something stupid like that?
Yeah.
Get it?
Most of them think that there's no problem with them being drunk and yelling at the cabin crew. One, I saw they were at the gate yelling at the gate person, and the captain was walking out to go to the plane, and he heard him. He's like, "They're not going on my plane." And it was just like, they don't talk to my people that way.
Good.
Good for him.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand not wanting to fly sober. I do not do airplanes, and if I had to do an airplane because I was going to a place that you can only get to by airplane, okay, not doing it sober. It's so uncomfortable for me. I hate flying. However, I'm not an asshole when I'm drunk. I would just be very quiet and polite and get on the plane and then just sleep the whole freaking time. If you turn into an asshole when you're drunk, don't get drunk before you get on the plane.
You would think, but they serve alcohol in the airport, so people think that means they can drink all they want.
Dirk's Bentley song.
You know.
You know what? The videos I've seen, and they show the girls with the long hair who flip it over their seat, and the person can't.
Oh, come on. That's
Oh, and
terrible.
the feet. When they put the feet
Oh,
on.
yeah.
How horrible of a person do you have to be to not think about anybody but yourself?
Just somebody selfish, and
Well, there's a lot of them now, isn't there?
Mm-hmm.
indeed.
That's like, it's the lack of self-awareness too. Like, people don't realize how they come off or how much space they take up, or like that their stuff is all over the place. Even when I was a dog walker, and this used to drive me nuts about my boss. Okay, so you're walking dogs on a Manhattan street. There's a lot of people on the sidewalk. I mean, there's kids running around. There's people rushing back and forth. You can't have your dogs 20 feet away from you and have your leashes blocking the entire freaking sidewalk. She would get so wrapped up in a conversation with a doorman or whatever, and she would just like block the entire freaking sidewalk. And I'm like, lady, what are you doing? What are you doing? Hello, pay attention. Like, it was just
My
a
thing
minute.
is people in supermarkets. We call them
Oh,
trolleys.
God.
I don't know what you call them. Carts, you call them, don't you? But it's the
Buggy.
people who leave them in the middle of the aisle
Mm-hmm.
and go off and maybe chat with someone, or they go
Mhm.
looking for something, and they just don't even consider that other people are trying to get around. So
Mm-hmm.
I just bash into it and let them
Oops.
let it go where it goes. Go on, Joan. Is that what you do?
I have one.
Go.
The thing I hate is people who will put their buggy in the line and then they go out and continue to shop.
Got to go find
Yes.
something. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, my
Because
son-
that gets the stress going, doesn't it? Because you're thinking, will they be back before,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, my son and I both had road rage incidents in grocery stores because somebody blocked an aisle.
Well, one of the cool things about here is that we don't really have, actually, I don't think there's any actual shopping carts at the store down the street. It's just baskets because
Mhm.
people don't really
Yeah.
drive here. So you're not like getting a whole ton of stuff,
Right.
but they still manage to take up the entire freaking aisle. Like,
Mhm.
just standing there with the basket, and it's like, oh, come on. There's an even smaller store down that way, and it's a really nice store, and they have an actual butcher in the back of the store. They have really great produce, but the store is like this freaking big, and all of the really, really old people in the neighborhood go there. I mean, I'm talking like 90-year-olds with shopping carts, and they just creep along. And you cannot get around them. You just can't. There's no freaking room. So I never go to that store, but it's like, ugh. And like, you know, okay, you get a pass because you're old. You probably don't really know what's going on. But at the same time, if you're that oblivious, why are you out in public shopping? Like, are you even capable of
But
making
just think,
decisions?
Tina, just think in 40 years, when you're old, you'll be able to deliberately do that to other people, and then you'll have that satisfaction inside of pissing people off.
Oh.
Because you know that's what they all are like. They're all happy about it.
They're all like, suck it.
serves you right for being young.
You're a whippersnapper. When I was your age, people were still writing checks at the grocery store.
Right.
Yeah. Wow.
Have you ever been in a grocery store line and you're in a hurry and the cashier and the people in front of you are just having a lovely chat?
Mm.
And like,
Yes.
they finished checking
Mhm.
out 5 minutes ago and they're still
Mhm.
it's like, can you move, please?
Yes.
Hi, you have a job to do. Could you do your job?
Well, they want you to do the self checkouts here, and it's like, I don't work for Meijer, so yeah. And then my favorite thing is they want you to do the self checkout, and then you get to the door, and they want to check your receipt to make sure you didn't steal anything. It's like, well, wait a minute. What? Wait. So you're accusing me of stealing? Then have somebody else do the job for me. You know, like.
Well, you guys, you have someone who packs your bags, don't you? We don't have that. We have to pack our own bags. And it's like we've joked that we'll be stacking our own shelves eventually, on the
Right.
Well, I wish that I could pack my bags because
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many times somebody has put my milk on the side.
Mhm.
That drives me crazy.
We
It's
can
like,
pack our bags sometime. It depends on if they have somebody who can.
Depends.
Yeah. yeah, it's like, who is training these people? Sorry.
I don't know if they get trained. I think they're just like, hey, everybody knows how to pack a bag. Just
Actually,
pack a bag. You'll
They
figure
do.
it out.
At least in the Kroger stores, they do, because my son worked there as a courtesy clerk when he was in high school, and he had to go through training of how to pack bags,
I
Oh,
would
put them in the bottom and everything. So whenever I went shopping, I would go shopping with him, and I would tell the cashier that I brought along my own bagger.
Right.
I can never get, when I watch movies and TV shows, when Americans go to the store and they get a paper bag without handles. And it's like, how the hell do you carry 5 of them home?
Neil, we have to pay for bags.
We
have
do.
to bring our
We
own
do.
bags.
Yeah.
Yeah, in California.
But ours are plastic with a handle.
Your own
though.
bags, you have to pay for them.
We only do that at Aldi.
We still have paper,
box or-
plastic
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, we it's when you go to the checkout at any store here, it's do you need a bag? And if you need a bag, you have to pay for the freaking bag. So but the grocery store down the street is really nice. And actually I went to a different store today too. Sometimes the cashier will just be like, just give me that. I'll pack it for you. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, thanks.
If you want a good story about that, I don't know which episode it was, but PIK, Politically Incorrect Knitters, Anne went to visit DK in New York, and they went to the grocery store, and Anne didn't have a bag, so she had to like carry her stuff in her hands just out of the store.
Well, I embarrassed my husband so bad because we went to Utah, and as we were checking out there, they automatically bagged my stuff for him, and I'm like, "You give us bags?"
Yeah, that's what it was like visiting Maryland a couple of years ago. It was like, wait, you can have plastic bags here? Like that's contraband in New York. We can't have that.
I would love you all to come to the UK because I think you'd be absolutely appalled at our customer service.
Oh yeah.
I have always wanted to go to England, Neil, but not anymore.
No.
Well, it's not England anymore. You'd have to. I could tell you where to go to see England.
Yeah,
but it's not the cities. Put it that way.
Yeah.
Many moons ago, probably 40 years, I lived in Minnesota, and there was a grocery store, and I had never been there before. So I had all my stuff, and they put it in bags, and then they took the bags and put them in these tubs, put them on a conveyor belt, and shushed them out the door. And I'm like, what did you just do?
What? What did you
They give you a little number. You go in your car, you drive up to the outside, and they load the stuff into your trunk.
That's like the airport with your luggage.
I'm going to go and live there.
I know, it was amazing. But Minnesota's not what it used to be either, so you don't want to live there. But yeah, it was crazy. I'm like, what did they just do with my food?
That's so bizarre.
Threw it out the door. Mhm.
No, it wasn't grocery stores, but when I lived in New Jersey, it was one of the last states where you didn't pump your own gas.
Mhm.
And
Like
I was spoiled during winter because you didn't have to get out of your car and pump your gas because they come to your car, you pay them, and you roll down your window, you tell them what you want, you pay them. It's awesome. And then I had to go to a meeting in Pennsylvania for work, and I get to the gas station and I'm waiting. And some guy comes over and goes, "Are you from New Jersey?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, you got to do it yourself." Because
Yeah,
I
I
didn't
heard-
know, because I had never I had only been an adult in New Jersey. I didn't know that other states
There's
didn't have
no
that anymore.
self-service in Jersey, ma'am.
Nope, not
I
anymore.
heard. Yeah.
All hours of
Not anymore.
self-service. We've never had. We call them garage. We
Is
never
it-
have them.
Is it still like that in Oregon?
Oregon was the last state, I think. I don't know if they still are or not.
Hmm.
But I loved it because you didn't have to get out of your car.
Yeah, you don't get
they-
gas.
In the winter, when it's cold or if it's
worse.
raining, you don't have to get out of your car. It was lovely.
Yep.
Oh, y'all are still going. Sorry, not gonna make it just now. Getting done with dinner and shower. Maybe you can make it next week, Ames.
Yeah, Amy, true better.
Going to the gym's important. So
Yeah, I made it, Amy.
Right?
Oh, shots fired.
No
Amy's in
comment.
my little bad book. I'm going to, like Joe Bob has, I'm going to start keeping notes.
I think Amy said she was starting a book about you last week. If I recall.
Yeah.
I think she did.
Probably.
I don't know. I'm gotta figure out, try to get all these projects done,
Uh-uh.
and try to remember what to tag, where, when. It's like
You need a proper knitting notebook.
Yes,
I
you
have
do.
one. I got one. I just have to actually fill it out, and that's the problem.
Get a spreadsheet. Get a spreadsheet.
I have the spreadsheet too, but I like to make keep track of when the way my brain works.
Well, I expanded on Jones and I added, and subtracted stuff that I wanted and didn't want, and so I'm good. I'm organized. We'll see how long it lasts.
Good.
I have a
If-
confession. I did
see
pass
anything-
on my orange. What's up?
If you ever see anything that I missed, please let me know. I'll be happy to change it.
No,
And-
it's so far.
GK called me out today. I guess yesterday when she did her show.
Yeah.
But I had put on Amy's that you have to finish the project, and Amy said, "No, you do not."
Oh, good. So
I think
okay, so that
initially
helps.
it was that you had to, but then she was like, "No, it's okay."
Yeah. Well, I mean, I had put that you have to finish mine too, but it's like, just show me your work or something. That's
Oh,
all.
Neil, Cassie's only got 13 rows left.
I just saw. Yeah, we've got to egg her on, haven't we? Come on, Cassie, you can do it. You can get through those 13
It
rows.
looks so good.
It's amazing.
Yeah,
isn't it?
I'm very excited.
Mm.
Yeah,
I'm really
I'm
happy
just
for her.
like, please let it fit. When she's finished, I'm like panicking in case it doesn't fit.
Well, all I know is don't expect her to knit anything for the magazine for a while when she's done.
I
Because
know.
there's a lot of other projects she wants to get to. Not that she
Ah,
hasn't
yes.
enjoyed it, but
Oh, so Cassie, have you done the neck already then? Because she's asking for the numbers for the cuffs, and we did the neck the other day, so she must have done that.
Cool.
Ooh, wow.
that's awesome.
It looks pretty cool.
No neck yet. I have to finish the book. Okay.
Indeed, it
Oh.
does.
What's the idiot doing?
Well, I'm working on mine. I should get it done by the 14th. The chart's done. I just have to actually knit it up. And then get my test knit chart out because, that got put aside for all the knit along stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
You got time.
Yeah, my blankets are all getting put aside for all the knit alongs.
Mm-hmm.
my question is, what made you and Tabitha choose white? Is it just because you were the trailer park version of Fruity Knitting that you
It was
figured
because
you
of
needed?
Therese.
Well, I know, but
My fault. Everything's my fault.
Yeah, because remember
The
when I
orange
said
thing was my fault. So I'm all
I
the
think it
colors,
was,
you
yeah,
know.
yeah. Do you remember when I said that white crochet always looks cheap? And Therese took it
And I was
personally.
crocheting a
And-
white sweater.
Of course, the
And
guy doing the
said-
white
It's
knitting is
your
perfectly
fault.
fine.
And then
Have you
the
noticed
story
that?
changed to me saying Therese was cheap because she was crocheting white.
That's
which
what you
wasn't the story.
implied.
I don't
No,
know. The
you
white
took
knitting
that
seems
from
to be fine. Okay, then she
Wow.
just no neck yet. Have to finish the front and then sew it together.
Yeah, we need to have a chat, Cassie, before you do the neck because I think we'll have to actually speak because
Oh, Kagi, I'm sure it does. We can ask Joan.
What?
She wants to know if crochet counts too with your knit along, make along.
Anything counts with mine. As long as it's crafty, I don't
Easy.
think. Yeah, I mean, you know, like I have my plastic canvas that I may never finish.
Mhm.
So, you know, if you
oh,
have,
is that the? Is it a
Yeah.
house? Is it a house?
The fireplace.
yeah, here,
Yeah.
Oh,
let's see
fireplace. That's it. Yeah,
if I can find it.
they're quite cute, them, aren't they? Because
They are
does it?
cute.
Is it meant to
Yeah,
stand
look
up at the end? Ah,
Yes, it
So
will
what's left
go
to do?
3 other sides
Oh, right.
because it goes around. This is what I did on the Christmas tree so far.
Ah.
But
And do you enjoy doing that more than using Ada
I like-
or?
I like it all.
Oh.
I like
That might be the one thing I have not done is the plastic canvas. I think I've done every other.
Did it one time with years and years ago for a class thing,
Mhm.
but I haven't done it since.
Well, this is for tissue box holders.
Mhm.
So we do one here. Let me show you my Halloween one.
Okay, Lefty Knits wants to know, how about a project that is rolled up so the image isn't seen? Then I can submit the test knit.
I don't understand that.
Meaning she can't show you the whole finished thing because it's a test knit.
Oh,
Oh, right.
What is she saying to count for a knit along?
I guess.
I don't care. I'm very, very loose with that.
Oh, before I forget, I have to pretend to honor Denise. This is my bag by Awesome Granny. Bagged by Awesome Granny. It's my first one. And it's orange, so it'll go great for all the mouths.
hmm
Oh, that's cute.
That's
Yeah.
very.
It's very psychedelic.
There's my Halloween one.
Oh, wow.
I love it. Oh my
Isn't it-
gosh. That is so cute.
That is.
Looking at it, it looks like it would feel quite furry. I
No,
don't know why, but
no, just
You don't use the good yarn, Neil.
No,
yeah, you don't use the mohair.
Right. Mohair house.
no,
I am so excited to see Tina's sweaters,
Mhm.
especially that colorwork one. I just love the way the colors are together.
Thank you.
You can, Lori, you can go to Mama Nevin on Instagram and her link tree. There's this, you can get the spreadsheet there.
Okay.
No, because that's where I got it from.
Me too. And then I modified.
And here's my Thanksgiving one.
Aw.
Oh, that's adorable.
This one doesn't have
That-
sides, just the 2 sides. But
Oh, that's adorable.
my husband likes these,
Oh,
so
Taki did a Christmas village back in the 90s.
Wow.
So what is that? What is it functional though? What's the function of that one?
It's a decoration.
you put it over a tissue box.
And then you pull the
okay.
tissues out the chimney or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. And if you make it a house, it's always the smoke is coming out of the chimney.
Oh, I see.
Brilliant.
If it's white tissues, does it mean the Pope's always coming?
Yeah, can you make a Vatican? Make a Vatican. That'd be
Give it the
hilarious.
smoke.
I'm not Catholic.
That'd be funny though.
That would be funny.
It was funny. I was listening to Amy talk about how many Catholics there are in New Orleans.
Mhm.
And my saying I always had was you can't throw a rock without hitting a Catholic in New Orleans.
Oh yeah.
You shouldn't be
They're
throwing
lost.
rocks at people, Joan, but okay.
Yeah. He without sin should cast the first stone. Isn't that what we say?
Right? Oh, there we go.
Well, but it's funny because I'm not Catholic, but yet when I went home after Katrina, I wanted to it made me feel good that the cathedral was still there.
Yeah. Sure.
We're gonna get taken down for inciting violence.
Throwing rocks at people.
In Minecraft.
Religious violence.
In Minecraft, okay?
Right.
In Minecraft, yes, allegedly.
Therese, you remember that vest that we were going to make that we're not making because
Yes.
I found another pattern that I might use the yarn for.
Ooh, do tell. What's that?
It's a cowl.
Ooh,
Is it the
Can you
same
make it
vest that
big?
I was going to make as well? And Joe Bob and
Yeah, that
Big,
Oh, no.
please.
yeah, that
that's
one.
the big.
Yes, make
Oh.
it.
You want me
the
to
one
hold
that I
this and also
bought for
do stuff?
Yes.
£75 worth.
Is
Sure.
it 4 colors?
It's more colors, but you could add whatever ones you
Oh.
wanted.
No,
That's
the vest was 4 colors.
Yeah, but you could do 4 colors on this or
Yeah,
add more colors.
I
That's
don't want to add anything.
Liz.
I got enough.
So I'm thinking of doing that because I have that Holst yarn
I know. That's
and
what
it's
I have.
color work. And I don't have the pattern yet, so we'll see.
I've been trying to find every once in a while. I remember it, and I try to find a pattern for that yarn because I like the
just need to-
colors that I picked.
We just need to rechart it. If someone can find a good vest basic pattern that we know will work.
That
I
sounds like
can-
a brilliant idea, Neil. You should do it.
Why
Well,
don't
yeah,
you
I
do
will.
that, Neil?
I will do it. I'm offering to do it. If someone can send us the vest pattern, I will put the stitch pattern onto it. If you know
What was the original pattern that you were gonna knit?
What was it called?
forgot. It was something beginning with a C, wasn't it?
It was in Knitter Magazine issue 157 or something. Joe,
That's
Why were
oddly
you not gonna
specific.
knit it?
that's all I remember.
Yeah, it was really weird because it had do they call it a corrugated rib, and that had a different gauge to the body of it, and it just was coming out huge, absolutely huge.
It's a
Everybody that
beautiful vest, but
did it, yeah.
and I was so excited for my colors, and then it all went to.
Ooh, look, Neil, I found mitered Tunisian crochet squares.
Oh,
Ooh.
Are they Tunisian?
Yeah,
what?
Ooh.
yeah, they're
Ooh,
mitered Tunisian, so you might have to.
I'm on a Tunisian kick lately.
Yeah,
Mm.
well, I
On a mic.
unlike other people, who are braver and stronger than me, I caved and bought those Tunisian hooks.
I can't believe I wrote a review
bought
on them
one.
like over a year ago, and people completely ignored it. And then somebody mentioned them, and then everyone bought them.
I didn't.
I
Ignore it.
hadn't done any Tunisian crochet in a long time. The only thing I've done was that ugly cat shawl for you.
Oh yeah, yeah. These are my favorite hooks ever.
See,
You can't
those
really
are.
see that.
I don't like the inline, but my Tunisian are inline too. So maybe
I
it's-
haven't opened them yet. I'm waiting. They just came today while we were on. So
And all those different sets, they all appear to be exactly the same.
Mhm.
They, and they have great swivel cables, so it's really good for your wrists. Because I know somebody was saying about that, and I use it for all crochet. I don't just use it for Tunisian.
Right. I want the double point though because I want to do stuff in the round.
Yeah, it's good to start with just
Mhm.
a small one because if you're going to start, do a
Yeah.
hat or something. Oh, it's in the round is so much fun. It's so
Yeah.
much nicer than doing it flat.
Well, I started, but I put it up because I'm working on the thing. I started one of my orange projects, and of course I'm in the middle of a row. But since you're here, Neil, I want you to see this. I've
Okay.
started a Tunisian
Ooh.
shawl
wait, let me make her big.
in some yarn that Tina might recognize.
Ooh,
That's-
and it's so pretty.
Perfect, isn't
That
it?
looks really gorgeous.
Of course it curls. Of course it, because
Yeah, it's going to, isn't
but
it?
It's
Yeah.
okay. So anyway,
Oh.
that's what I'm working on. But
Cassie
I put it up. I'm gonna pick it back up on the 14th.
Cassie says buy 2 sets of interchangeable hooks, Therese, and then you'll be set.
Okay.
Well, yeah,
When I
that's
win the lottery, I'll do that.
a great idea for when you're going bigger. So if you're
Yeah.
making sweaters, but if you're making a hat, you just want the ordinary little one, really. And
Yeah.
to be fair, the small double-ended hooks you can use doing a sweater, but you've just got to change round, obviously, more than you would with the circulars.
Baby steps. Baby steps.
Yeah. You know what? Have you got? Because are you making that up as you go along, Therese?
No, this is an actual pattern.
Ah,
It's,
right. Okay. I was going to say, have you got the Tunisian pattern book?
Oh, I have.
This one's
Yeah,
pretty
I have
good.
a lot of Tunisian
Yes.
pattern books.
That's correct,
I've
Kazi.
always-
Orange you can start early. White you need to wait till July 1st.
Right.
Yes.
I did not start my white. I just started this. This was only like a day's worth of, it goes pretty quick, even though it's double.
That's what's
But then I
good
put it
about
up so I could do the other one first. So.
Knit with Joan, you could have started 2 years ago. It's good.
Well,
Oh,
let
I've
me
got
get
loads
an
of things I
old
can
whip.
enter yours then.
I got some old
God,
whips.
me
I could-
too.
yeah. So that's my Tunisian project.
I just want people to, well, and Joanne's went and
Get
screwed
with
me
you.
up. I was doing it because, I'm Joan and Joanne's has left us. My husband said, well, just knock the last N off and that's your name.
Yeah.
So that's what I was going for. And then Joanne started hinting that they're coming back.
Resurrecting themselves.
Well,
Yeah.
this is what you could do on your channel. Clickbait. Say how you're going to be closing down, and then you can say you're resurrected, and just change a letter on your name.
There you go.
You are too cute, Neil. You are just
Reinvent yourself.
I
Well,
reevaluated.
Tabitha's done it numerous times.
Yeah. True. I reevaluated my Shark Week pattern because
Oh, really?
I don't think I have time in a week in the brain thing to do what I was going to do. So now I'm going to do a 2-color shawl with these 2 colors, with Amity from Tina, and then
That's nice.
this you knit I die yarn.
Yeah.
Hmm.
What shawl are you going to do? Because I'm trying to make one up as I go along here.
It's called
and
the Climb shawl. It's hard to see. Wait, let me find better picture.
okay.
While you're looking for that, how do people feel about half pie shawls?
I'm interested.
They're like I like them. I like them more than I thought I would when I made one for
Yeah.
the first time. I was like, because I looked at it and I was like, that seems like a dumb shape for a shawl. And then I made one and I wore it and I was like, no, this is perfect.
I suppose it's got to be big, hasn't it, for a half?
Yeah.
For a half pie to be a good.
Well,
shawl.
I mean, I really only wear shawls around the neck, so
Yeah.
That's what I
Okay.
do. I wear them like a bandana.
Oh,
yeah.
that's
So
really
the triangle is the best for me, but
That's one of the
that's-
projects. That's not the actual pattern,
Ooh.
but it's just a 2-color, 1 skein of each color.
That's
Ooh.
Called the
Ooh.
good.
Climb
So
shawl.
effective, isn't it? That.
Ooh. I have Tina yarn and I could that's later. That's in the stash make along.
I'm
Well,
not
I've shown you
shawl,
this
but
that
I'm
I
making-
made years ago, and oh god, it's it's really thick.
Ooh, pretty.
it looks
It's-
pixelated. I like it.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that.
But the reason why I never did anything with it is it's 2 DKs held together, so it's actually quite thick, and it's only what do you call it? Acrylic.
Because
Well,
you
I-
don't finish your stuff. That's why. Tell the truth. You don't finish your stuff.
Well, this one is finished apart from
Hmm.
all these ends, which I'll never ever do. But it just reminded me of what you're doing. It's kind of got a similar beginning, at least, anyway, hasn't it?
I'm kind of thinking of switching my shawl to this
Let's see.
2-color.
Ooh.
I like that.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah.
It's got like a little ruffle thing going on. It looks like.
Mhm.
Yeah, because I'm
Is that
trying.
a crescent style?
Yeah, I'm trying to do this like a modified hitchhiker, and it's just
Oh,
not
yeah.
working for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, sometimes you got to know when to give up. And start over.
Yep.
I need to go
Relatable.
through. I need to go through my entire stack of shawls, and there's a ton of them, probably 75% that I don't wear.
Mhm.
So I got to
Same.
figure out what to do with them.
I never wear mine. I just like knitting.
Yeah. Well, you're also in a climate where you don't,
Yeah, 2 steps from hell.
would be me this summer if hell was damp.
Yeah, well, Liz is only one step away, so
Yeah,
That should
Arizona's
be your
worse.
make along next year. 2 steps from hell. I think that'd be a cool
There
one.
you go.
Arizona's
That'll be-
worse.
That'll be July. Yeah.
my my relatives want us to move to Arizona. I'm like, I'm good.
Mm.
Excuse me. Do they hate you? Because Arizona in the summer is not fun for anybody.
Well, I will make this quick. When my husband and I first got married, we were supposed to be moving to Arizona. So on our way from our wedding in Louisiana to California, we stopped in Arizona and left a bunch of our stuff in storage. And then we got on to California and the bosses said, yeah, no, we're not moving you after all.
Oof.
Oh.
Oof.
So we had to go back and get our stuff.
Ooh, not good.
That is not good.
No. But it's fine. It's fine. It's just
Everything's
fine.
fine.
See, if you had all that stuff, you wouldn't have room for all your yarn.
I wasn't as into knitting and stuff back then. I was more into cross stitch.
No, I have too much of that stuff too.
Yep. I go through
Well,
cycles.
my eyes aren't good enough for it anymore.
I have so many projects that need to be framed that just are in a box.
Oh, me too. I have an entire stack of, yep.
So,
And I have all these, bare walls. And I'm like, somebody should do something about this.
I think
So-
I'm gonna do this one.
That's a brilliant idea, Therese. You should do that.
now she's got it.
I'll get
Teresa,
right
Put it in
on
the
it.
minutes, everybody. She said it now.
Therese, Tina's never going to come on with Neil again because she's going to be afraid of suggesting something.
Neil gives homework.
Yes. You know what it is? Tabitha gives him all her homework and chart making, so
Right.
he passes on other stuff to everybody
Yeah,
else.
it's trickle down theory. Yeah.
Oh, you're really good at keeping track of the mouths and cows. Why don't
That
you
was
do that
me.
for
I
us?
mentioned that to him. I didn't know he was going to make you do it, though.
Oh, I didn't make anybody do anything.
I
Come
know.
on, be fair.
I know. I love watching Tabitha's podcast because she's like, and I'm going to make this blanket. Neil has the chart. And I'm going to make this sweater. And Neil has the chart.
It's like your personal
Well,
service.
one of them that she wants me to do, I've already said it's like bloody impossible, but she's gone and bought the yarn already. And it's like such a complicated picture. I can't turn it into a chart.
Do it in a silhouette. So it's all 2 color.
Yeah, there you go.
The one I'm doing now is the most complicated chart I've ever made. And I was like, I can't ask Neil to do this. Even though my hand hurts typing, I'm like, I have to do this because I cannot be the one to ask Neil to make a chart for me.
I can always help you with it.
I know. It's made now. I just have to finish knitting it, which I didn't
I did
account
one
for.
today. I think some of you might have seen it, and Shauna saw it, and so I'm going to have to change it because it looks a little bit like something that's rude.
Ah,
So
Looks like what?
something rude.
yeah, Neil, we're not the people who knit inappropriate things, you know.
Unlike that blanket who
No.
put that up today? That was
Oh,
fun.
I found it popped up in my Pinterest. And I
Oh, the
was
swear what? I thought that was
Yeah.
quite funny.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd
Yeah,
hate it, didn't
it's
you,
fine
Tina?
if you're the kind of person that wants to spend
No.
your time making something like that and
I
then displaying it. And if you are, that's fine. More power to you. It's just not something I would put the time into.
No, I have no desire to do that.
Yeah. I mean, okay, I feel like if you're going to use cuss words in your crafts, like a well-placed cross stitch on the wall or something, like that's great. But like an entire blanket full of swear words is just like, I feel like it's just low vibration. It's just like it,
And the
It's-
really, really bad ones too.
yeah.
It'd be better. I get what you're saying. It'd be better with just one swear word,
With
like
what?
in a corner.
In the
or-
corner or something, or like
Yeah.
an illusion knitting.
Yeah.
Like if you just
Yeah.
see it,
Or like the dishcloths that have,
Yeah,
yeah.
I see what you're saying with that. Yeah,
But like
Right.
because it's a bit too obvious, isn't it, to have it
it's a lot.
like that?
Yeah.
I mean,
As
that's
somebody who
commitment.
swears on a minute by minute basis.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
What the hell did you say?
Yeah.
Oh,
But
all right.
whatever. If you want to do that, that's cool.
That's the thing.
It's a
People can make what
choice.
they want, and we don't judge. We just don't have to look at body parts that people make or thongs.
Yeah, I mean,
or
I'd rather you do that than have
Or
some body
G-string.
part thing. Yeah.
the G-string.
Oh, the Ravelry thing. Oh,
Oh God.
their landing page again. It's like, well, there was at
it was
least
better
one
than
thing.
the previous.
Better than the previous one, yeah.
At least there's knitting and crochet in it, and less dildos and
no-
lube and.
Wait,
What?
what did I miss? Was this last year that you're talking about? Or they
Couple
had, like,
years
It was
ago.
a few years ago now.
Couple
I
years
can't
ago.
remember. Is it 4 years ago? Maybe.
I
Something like
think
that.
it was during COVID because it was like a Zoom call.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
I
and it
think
was all
during the
I
whole.
did an analysis of it in one of the issues because it was just really bad.
Yeah. Sex
Really?
toys and bondage and yeah.
What does that have to do with knitting? What the hell?
Exactly. Well, this
There was
time
children
she has
involved,
actually
which I
put
didn't
knitting
like.
in.
Yeah.
Well, maybe even enough people on the left were uncomfortable with the other one. I think
Well, yeah.
you know.
Well, it was the sexual content as well, wasn't it? Because like people in the Zoom, there was one man in the Zoom, didn't he have like a gag in his mouth or something, and he was wearing leather and
Yeah.
Tina, there was a dildo in the scene,
Yeah.
or
there
a
was.
vibrator, I
I'm
can't
no
remember.
prude at all by any stretch of the imagination. But
And children on the Zoom as well.
I
so
didn't
there
like
was,
the children on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's
Well,
a
just-
time and a place, and all of that is wrong. All of that is just bad.
yeah, what it's got to do with Ravelry. You know.
Well,
Well,
it's
that
an open website that children can go on. So you know,
Yes.
and we're
And the
trying.
thing
And we
about
want
it,
to encourage
it-
younger knitters and crocheters, and
it
you can't send
appears
them to Ravelry.
before you sign in.
Yeah.
yeah.
So, so that's where it's worse, isn't it? If it was appeared
Yes.
after you signed in with some kind of little thing.
That
saying,
reminds
you
me,
know,
I'm
be
going
careful.
to do a donation for Gays Against Groomers.
Yay.
Yay.
Celebration of
Okay.
Pride Month.
Is it a knit along?
No,
Join the club.
just a donation.
Oh, and
I've had it. It's been coming for a while. I've just been like racking up donation points. So, yeah.
and
Happy
all
Pride
Tina's
Month.
all
If-
her patriotic yarns on sale. So go get her patriotic yarn.
Okay. If you
Yes, and I'm coming out with a new yarn soon. Like maybe tomorrow or the next day. I didn't dye it yet. It's going to take a while, but it's going to be called Dark Maga, and it's going to be red, white, and blue tie-dyed on black.
Ooh.
Liz, remind me about this for upcoming.
Things.
We'll talk. We'll talk.
We'll talk later.
Words. I'll make words.
All right.
Read my mind.
Thanks, guys.
It's broken.
Thanks for coming.
Thank you for coming, even though you have a fever.
Yeah.
I'm drinking Gatorade, so
this.
I'm
She's,
okay.
she's just here dying to make me feel bad because whenever I'm just even slightly under the weather, I just
Oh
Well,
no,
you
Neil,
got
you're tired.
No,
Manfully, we get it
I'm the one who
worse.
hosts. I'm the one who sets up the stream. If I don't come,
Need to
Yeah, I can
delegate.
just be
Come
like,
on.
well, I
you
don't know.
learned
if
nothing
Teams'
from this
internet-
one.
I have the best internet because when you have family full of gamers, they
Mhm.
make sure that you get the higher end internet, and so. But thanks, you guys. Everybody, cast on whatever you're casting on.
all your stuff.
Use your tags, your hashtags, your watch your murder or don't watch your murder. Knit with orange,
Knit with the
knit,
orange.
knit with whatever.
Nick
And if
Goldenberg.
you're knitting with white trees, every time you show that, it makes me sad because of Liz's
I
yarn.
know she's not dying anymore.
That's one of my favorite colorways of hers.
Listen to this. This is what fingering weight is. This is 113 rows. Like it's nothing. There's nothing here.
Who
113
died that?
rows.
Liz
Liz,
from You and Die.
you and die.
Oh.
She
Yeah.
doesn't die anymore.
No,
Look
no,
how-
but when she came to visit me, she gave me a sweater's quantity of awestruck, which is my favorite colorway of hers. So I have to decide what it's going to be.
I love this. I love it so much. This is-
That's my second favorite colorway of hers.
This one's so pretty. Anyway, sad, but
But it's beautiful.
it is, and it will be.
So yeah, get your patriotic yarn if you're gonna knit
Mhm.
anything patriotic. Figure out what you're gonna do for Shark Week, because
Mm-hmm.
I think it's July 20th. I'm sure Anne will have details soon. What the theme is.
Get
Yada,
your white
yada.
yarn, white, not off-white, not blue-white, not cream.
If you have to ask, it's not white.
Yeah,
Just don't ask. Don't.
it's a colorway called Beret Day. Something good for Golden Girls. I don't know. I mean, Amy's pretty flexible, but you'd have to check with her. She's pretty flexible on the colors. She's not. If you have to ask if it's not.
Just don't ask.
Just do it.
Ooh,
Don't ask.
Oh, very grey looking.
See.
No,
That's white.
it's right there, white.
Why?
No, I see that. It says red.
mine says pearl white. So I'm going with it. I asked Neil before I bought it, and he said yes. So if it doesn't work, it's on him.
I don't know where mine is.
Right.
If you haven't asked Tabitha,
It's somewhere. It's in
I just told her that you said it was okay, and you two can find it out.
I don't even know. Is this it?
I'm
Oh,
sure
here's
it's
mine.
fine.
Here's
She'll
mine.
be busy asking you for another chart.
White.
So
It's
That is white.
cheap. White. Cheap.
I do love Tabitha's new shawl. If you haven't watched her new episode, she has a new shawl pattern coming in the next block, and it's really
Oh.
pretty.
Lace doilies. It's white. That's what I'm doing.
How cheap?
Yeah. I couldn't figure out. The only way to get white is either acrylic or cotton.
Mm-hmm.
So I went for cotton, and I'm like, okay, what am I gonna make out of cotton? Washcloths. That's what I'm making. Mm-hmm. Real
Yeah,
ambitious.
if people are stuck, just make a dissident out of the magazine or something. You know.
What's that?
Then if people are stuck, they could make one of the dissidents out of the magazine.
I thought everybody was making wife beaters.
Oh, are they?
That's what I'm doing.
To go with the theme of your podcast. So, watch everybody's shows.
Watch everybody.
Tina has a new podcast coming out. So watch hers on Gwyneth Yarn and Fiber channel. And Joan has a new episode
Wednesdays.
hopefully
Yes.
soon. And Nittler and Traditha, when's your next one this week? Right? Wednesday?
Wednesday, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
I
okay.
I did an episode yesterday.
On Joanne. Yeah.
Yes, and then also I uploaded a tutorial of how I make socks.
Saw that.
Yeah, I've not watched that one yet.
I haven't watched it
the
because
Joanne
I've been making socks for a really long time, but I might watch
Like, I know it's just
background noise.
I do different things like the way I bind off that I
Mhm.
can't think of the name of right now. Finchley graft.
Oh, yeah.
So that's why I showed that.
That's good. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
if you haven't seen my getting arrested video,
Go
please
watch
watch
it.
that. And also the one before where I interviewed Marie Busquet. I think
That
was,
one's really good too.
Yeah, I think the story she tells, everyone should hear that.
It's so good. Yeah.
And he didn't get arrested.
No.
Much to
Not
the
imminent
chagrin of some
or
people.
otherwise. No.
I liked the one woman who made a comment a week before.
Oh, Catherine.
Yeah.
Catherine, wasn't it?
A week
Good
before.
old-
they-
Yeah, you scared her off, didn't you, Therese?
She
Yeah.
came back.
She came back.
She did.
So brave. So
Yeah, what did she
stunning.
post? Shame on you.
Shame on you. And I was like, he hasn't even said anything yet.
Therese had
I
your
know.
back, Neil.
What's
No,
that, Joan?
I said Therese had your back.
I do.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do.
I
Yeah.
never actually saw it at all until you shared it. I didn't see the real thing. I
And
only
then it
saw the
was
screen.
gone.
Yep.
So
Yeah, but
Alright.
screenshots are forever.
that's right.
Yeah.
It
That's
got
right.
mysteriously
It'll be a
deleted.
screenshot.
Hopefully everybody has a lovely week and you get a lot work done on your projects and all your cast-ons, and
Thank you.
watch
for
everybody,
helping.
and we will go see you next week. I don't think Joe's ready to do a podcast. Hopefully we can do one this month, but I don't know.
Oh, you should do Room 101 for the next issue because it's 101, isn't it? Next episode.
Yeah.
Oh, 101.
We should all do Room 101. Have you got that game show?
What does that mean?
I had no idea.
Everyone has to put something into room 101. So, something that you hate. So it can be a concept. Before we were talking about things that get you annoyed, like
I hate a lot of things, so you're going to have to.
We're Gen X. There's a list, okay?
Yeah, it might be a long episode, people.
Might be long. Is that like the Festivus thing?
Kind of, yeah.
Airing grievances? Yeah.
Festivus for the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
So,
anyway.
Yep. New magazine comes out beginning of July. So another block for, that magazine that wasn't going to last 2 issues.
Mhm.
Yeah, that white supremacist racist magazine. Yeah.
I love that magazine.
Nobody pays attention to that guy anymore.
Yeah,
No.
nobody. Yeah.
What happened to what happened to the racism and the white supremacy?
Oh, I try really hard to put it in, but none of you see it. I just don't understand it. I mean,
you're not doing it right.
Evidently.
Happy 100, Liz.
Yay, you too.
Congratulations. Happy anniversary.
Thank you. You guys have a lovely week. We missed you, Joe. We're sure your list is getting long.
That book. It's going to need another.
That's how you know you're successful. I haven't made Joe's book yet, so I work a little hard.
Well, you've been on here a few episodes, so you might have, and you just don't know it yet.
I just don't know.
Yeah, it's possible. I'm sure Tina's in there because she would be yelling at Tina. Don't tell Neil. Don't tell Neil an idea, Tina. You should know better by now. I can hear her yelling.
Yes.
Yeah, because I got Joe Bob doing the reviews, didn't I? Do you remember?
Yeah.
So even Joe Bob, I managed to wrangle to do something.
Well, I'm aware of the consequences of my actions now, and I'm repentant.
You can tell we're a teacher. Neil, you can tell we're a teacher. You give us homework and we just do it.
Well, that's what it is. I was a teacher, wasn't I? So that's probably why, But see, Tina, what I would love Tina to do for the magazine is
Tina who? What?
She's never coming on our show again if you make her do so.
No, don't.
Dye instructions, how to do our own dyeing. Little, See, Therese is up for that.
Well, I know how to, but
I thought you and Tabitha were going to film a dyeing video.
Yeah, you were supposed to teach people how to do stuff you don't know how to do.
Like the spitting.
Well, that is still a problem because I've still got to replace the board thing, whatever it is. I haven't done.
Neil, you should just go get yourself an electric eel wheel somewhere. Either from them
£1,000, aren't they?
No, they're not. You get the older ones that work fine. Yeah,
or you can get them. You can get them on D-Stash, and they're cheap.
Because people buy the new ones and then they need the old ones.
I actually have 2 of the nano eel wheels because I did it when the Kickstarter was coming out.
Yep.
And I got one for my now ex-best friend, and I've never opened either one. So if anybody wants one of the nanos, I'd be willing to part with it. Just saying. But doesn't it need like a special adapter or something?
Well, doesn't it have the plug? Does it have the electric?
I haven't opened it. I just remember seeing something about it needing a plug or something. I don't know.
I'm not sure. You'll have to see which one it is, and we can find out what electrical source it needs. Because I have one of the nano. I have 1, 2. I think I have 4 of them.
Oh, wow.
The different iterations, and the one I use is the big one, the 5. I think it's 5.1. It's the big one. I have the mini, the little tiny one, which is adorable, but it's not really conducive to doing any massive amounts of spinning,
Right.
But it's fun to take places and, But Neil, you should look into getting one off a D-Stash or something.
Yeah.
They're really nice. And he's got great customer service.
I am not getting into spinning. I will cheer you guys on, but I am not getting into spinning.
Because, I said that.
Yeah, but you decided it was better than me.
Not necessarily now, whenever, but would you send me a link to what you've got?
Sure.
And then I know what I'm looking for.
And then we'll look into Tina, what model you have, and we'll figure it out.
I know it's a nano. I don't know
Right.
which Nano, but it's from like 7, maybe 6 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's definitely a much
You just
earlier
got to
model.
see which what plug it needs, or if it needs a battery pack or whatever.
Right.
Good. More
Well done.
homework.
Yes.
Just what I always wanted.
All right. Well,
Everybody
thanks,
needs to-
guys.
Yep.
We will see you next week. I need to go eat. So
Me
Need
too.
to sleep.
And you have to go to
Go to
sleep.
bed. Good night.
Good night.